Welcome to the Fantasy Audiobook. Xidu. More children, more blessings, starting from Bulma. Chapter 81. Hey, Piccolo, this is pudding, it's delicious. At Son Goku's wedding, Piccolo not only came for real, but also wore a best man outfit. Hey, Goku, you're too pushy, aren't you? Your clothes are too uncomfortable, I can't move my hands and feet. Piccolo had a green face, expressing strong dissatisfaction. Son Goku blinked, smiled and patted Piccolo's shoulder. No, you look so good. Do you think so? Keelan, Tien Shinhan, Yamcha, and Dumpling smiled awkwardly and could only nod. They are not like Son Goku, who can't afford to offend this Piccolo with tens of thousands of fighting power. HMPH, you fool, you promised to help me find a way to improve my combat power, so I'm here. Facing the wrong Piccolo like a little daughter-in-law. Son Goku could only comfort him constantly, but fortunately Xiao Wuyuan ran out at this time. When Piccolo saw the 4-year-old Son Wuyuan, he immediately felt a sense of intimacy. After all, he is only 3 years old. Son Wuyuan took Piccolo to eat delicious food, although Piccolo looked very unwilling. But he didn't seem to resist. 453, on the contrary, it was a very personal feeling. Son Goku looked at the scene in front of him, very happy. Look at what I said, Piccolo is really full of talent for raising babies. Oh, by the way, where is Grandpa Master Roshi? Son Goku found that there seemed to be a missing person in this wedding. Only then did I realize that I didn't see Master Roshi. Goku, Master Roshi has been crying since the day he returned from the tournament. I'm afraid I won't be able to come. I can't help it, Goku. Who told you to marry not only Ox King's daughter Chi-Chi this time, but also Wushan teacher's younger sister Fang? Of course he can't accept it for a while. Son Goku touched his head, and said that he asked Master Roshi to attend the wedding of his most beloved junior sister. This thing is a bit cruel. But at the end of the martial arts competition, didn't Wu Fang find Master Roshi and make it clear? Hey, that's Goku, you don't know, Master Roshi hid in the quilt and cried all night when he went back. I can prove that he didn't even molested the stewardess on the plane, and just cried in the toilet holding the toilet. Now Master Roshi is about to become a Narcissus. Hey, I want to be a strong Wushan teacher in this life. Son Goku shrugged helplessly, but it's not his fault. And he didn't feel that this matter would make any waves in his heart. The wedding continues, thanks to Son Goku's face-saving ability. The host of this wedding is presided over by the god himself on stage. Now it can be regarded as a real oath to the gods. After the wedding was over, Son Goku easily entered the camp of Chi-Chi and Wu Fang. In the blink of an eye, more than a year has passed. Both Chi-Chi and Wu Fang gave birth to a child for Son Goku. The boy is Son Gohan and the girl is Son Wufang. At the moment the child was born, the sound of the system reward also sounded in Son Goku's ear. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully giving birth to an heir. Reward combat power plus 100,000, reward gigantic transformation, 10 fairy beans. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully giving birth to an heir. Reward combat power plus 150,000, reward S cells, get Chi Yuan / 20 fairy beans. In addition to working hard to fill the night shift schedule this year, Son Goku. I have also worked hard to exercise, and now he can reach about 200 times in the gravity room. Combat power has also grown by leaps and bounds. Son Goku opened the system panel and took a look. Current character attribute panel. Name, Son Goku. Combat power, 500,000. Children, 7. Skills, Kamehameha, Tenfold Kaioken, Flying Technique, Peach White Tongue Killing Martial Technique, 4 Body Fist, 4 Demon Fist, Instant Transmission, Giant Transformation, Chi Yuan / Others. 1 Somersault Cloud that can sit on impure, S cells general, 300 fairy beans. The only fly in the ointment is that the beauty of the devil world, Mela, has not given birth for some reason. Son Goku is also very sorry about this. However, as the saying goes, sincerity is what makes gold and stone open. Son Goku believes that with his persistent efforts, nothing is impossible. Spiritualization quickly found him, and he couldn't help but taste the technique directly. This jauntization technique is not the same as Piccolo's, he can only jauntize a certain part of the body. like hands, fingers, and, as a pure demon, Mara can also change the size of her body appropriately. For a while, the two of them had a great time playing. The joyful voice quickly attracted Lan Chi and the others. They expressed that they also want to try and learn the power of Son Goku's new ability. In this regard, he is of course responsive. Unfortunately, Bulma is finally pregnant with her second child, so many things are not very convenient. But the character of not admitting defeat made her choose the final oral. The days go by like this. It will soon be 2 years since Son Goku won the Budo Championship. According to Son Goku's approximate estimate, there are still 3 years before the advent of the Z era. My current combat power of more than 500,000 is obviously not enough. It's just the first order form of the refrigerator King Frieza. Looks like it's time to look beyond the universe. This is something that Son Goku and Wu Fangfang have discussed a long time ago. Due to Wu Fangfang's identity as a Galaxy Patrol officer, so she searched for her spaceship. Now Son Goku wants to go to the Great Elder to develop his potential first. In this way, at least the child in Bulma's stomach will be rewarded with more fighting power after the birth. But Wu Fangfang said that she does not know the current coordinates of Namek. It turns out that before Namek was exterminated because of the excessive development of technology, the whole planet has been destroyed. The surviving Namek people found a new planet to survive. And where this planet is, very few people know. 0. It seems that we still have to follow the procedure to find that guy first. Son Goku, Bulma and others used instant transmission to leave after giving orders. When it reappeared, it had already arrived at the Temple of Heaven. It's very lively here now. Tien Shinhan, Dumplings, Kling, and even Yamcha are all trained by Mr. Popo here. When they saw Son Goku, whom they hadn't seen for a long time, they greeted them warmly. After a while of pleasantries, Son Goku came to the god alone. To be honest, God, I need you to do me a favor. Faced with Son Goku's request, the gods are naturally willing to help. After all, he has saved the earth twice. Say it, Goku, as long as I can do it. The current gods trust Goku very much. In the past 2 years, from time to time, he would pay attention to the movements of the Piccolo. It was found that he was indeed training Son Goku's children in addition to practicing. Completely different from the previous Piccolo Daimao. Seems like times have really changed. I want you to take me to see King Yama. What? Although the gods were mentally prepared. But I still didn't expect Son Goku's request to be this. You must know that King Yan Luo really exists in this world, and he is also the immediate boss of the gods. Do you have anything to do with Lord Yama? Son Goku smiled, and replied without concealment, I'm going to meet the King of Kai. This time the gods couldn't hold back anymore. It's fine to go to see Master Yan Luo Wang, after all, he is only 1 level higher than himself, so he should give himself some thin noodles. That Lord Kai is the one who controls the galaxy. He is a figure far bigger than King Yama. In the world of Dragon Ball, galaxy is almost equal to universe. The Milky Way is divided into 4 regions, east, west, north, south, respectively, managed by 4 realm kings. In other words, the rights of these 4 kings almost cover the entire universe. It is far from what the gods on this earth can compare with. Son Goku, to be honest, you don't want Lord Kai to help you practice, do you? Son Goku shook his head and said lightly, I want to help you find your lost memories. My, lost memory. The god's gaze suddenly became deeper. In fact, he knew very well that he was not a creature on earth. And along with part of the memory recovered after Piccolo drank the super god water, the gods were also affected at the same time. It's just that he still can't see his past. In the depths of memory, there is only yellow sand all over the sky. Food and water are scarce there, the houses look strange, and there seem to be many people like me around, Son Goku hastily interrupted the train of thought of the god, and urged. Okay, don't bother, I'm still in a hurry to see Snake Princess. Who is Yama? In the ancient mythology of Chinese civilization, he is the ruler of the underworld, who decides the fate of hundreds of millions of souls after death. It's a pity that until I met the destined monkey, only then did he realize that many things could be out of his control. In the world of Dragon Ball, King Yama is not only responsible for the life of the earth, At the same time, it is also the responsibility of maintaining the life of the entire universe. The only constant is, he still met the monkey he was destined for. King Yan Luo looked at the frightening Son Goku with a physical body and high fighting power in front of him. His huge bull face was flushed with tension. King Yama's combat power is not too high, the reason why he can control hundreds of millions of living beings. It is because most of these dead creatures enter the underworld in the form of souls, so their combat effectiveness is much weaker. He doesn't have any special skills, he just specializes in dealing with souls. But there are still very few living people with a strong body like Son Goku. According to the estimation of the original manga, Son Goku's combat power after practicing on Kai Wangxing is 8,000. King Kai said he had surpassed himself. And King Yan Luo is obviously not as good as the king of the realm, so the combat power will naturally not be much higher. And this King Yama is not the same as the one in the myth. He is a burly red-skinned middle-aged man with a height of nearly 10 meters wearing a horn helmet. He is very similar to Chi-Chi's father, Ox King, maybe a distant relative. You guys want to meet Lord Kai? Son Goku nodded, and the 10 gods beside him said with a flattering expression. I also hope Lord Yama will approve it. Yan Luo Wang looked up and down Son Goku in front of him. Then he picked up a huge black book from the table, rummaged through it for a while. Let me first see if you are qualified to meet Lord Kai. King Yan Luo spat on his finger while speaking, and then began to flip through the black book in his hand. Kill Dao Bai, the #1 killer in the world. Destroy the Red Ribbon Legion that endangers the world. Destroy the Demon World. Defeat Piccolo Daimao. Stop the second-generation Piccolo. King Yan Luo was a little bit surprised when he saw the great achievements on it. This kid is really talented. The only blemish is that there are a little more wives. But this is not a big deal. Thinking that he is a majestic King Yama, he would look for a bull's head and a horse's face to relieve his fatigue on weekdays. Yan Luowang was satisfied, and he thought this boy was a good person. Otherwise, according to the rules, I really can't step down. You're not bad, kid. This king approves you to meet the king of the world. With Yama's permission, Son Goku is naturally very happy. After all, he didn't want to be like a certain monkey and make trouble in the underworld. It's best to be peaceful right now. After all, maybe there will still be places where King Yama needs help in the future. Go, I will arrange someone to take you to the Snake Road, but you have to remember, if you fall from the Snake Road, you will fall into hell. Yama was originally meant to remind Son Goku, but suddenly remembered, this guy is different from me. Based on his strength, it is estimated that he will reach Realm King in less than an hour. Yan Luowang coughed awkwardly, if you have nothing to do, hurry up, I'm very busy. After leaving the hall of King Yan Luo, led by the community animals of the underworld, Son Goku and Tenjin soon came to the entrance of the Snake Path. Looking at the Snake Road with no end in sight, I don't believe that I didn't learn from the Great Wall. God, I will go first. Son Goku greeted the gods and immediately cast a more advanced flying technique and flew towards the Snake Road. Looking at Son Goku's astonishing speed, he just disappeared in an instant. No, I didn't expect that there would be someone in this world who could pass the Snake Path faster than Lord Yama. Facing the astonished community animals from the underworld, Tianxian smiled triumphantly. HMPH, Son Goku was taught by the god himself, is the mere King Yama worthy to compare with Goku? At this moment, Yama's voice suddenly sounded in the ear of the god. Earth God, have you forgotten that within the scope of my territory, I know everything? Quote. The god quickly changed his face, touched the back of his head and bowed in the direction of King Yama to apologize. Well, Lord Yama, I'm just kidding. Snort. Son Goku flew quickly without stopping all the way. Soon, in less than half an hour, a magnificent building appeared beside the Snake Road. The palace in front of you is a typical Chinese-style building, with pavilions, towers and pavilions, carved beams and painted buildings, resplendent and resplendent. At the four corners of the palace, there is also a giant python carved with a vicious aura, which hovers and rises straight into the sky. Son Goku nodded and commented, it's really realistic. There is nothing wrong with this place, this is not the end of the Snake Road, obviously it cannot be where the king of the world is located. Then it can only be the Snake Princess who has lived for thousands of years. As a virgin snake who has lived for thousands of years. If you are entangled by her, I am afraid that you will lose your skin if you don't die. She is also, it is not easy to open a fast food restaurant, but she chooses to open it in a place like Snake Road. Can there be any living people here? Except for the pets of King Yan Luo, who is the king of the realm, it is no wonder that Snake Ji is so hungry and thirsty to the point of perversion. But then again, if you were an ordinary man who is obsessed with girls, I must be very curious and want to go in and try the taste of wild game. It's just that I'm afraid I won't even know how to die by then. Or in other words, you have to be squeezed dry first, and be exhausted to death. Son Goku is certainly a man of integrity. Definitely impossible to get in. It's just that if I don't go in, other people may be deceived when they come to the Snake Road in the future. How can I bear it? Son Goku thought for a while, and he resolutely decided to sacrifice himself for the safety of Snake Road. I don't go to hell, water goes to hell. Back then, Shu Xian was able to be a reckless hero in broad daylight. Could it be that he, Son Goku, can't melt that day? As the saying goes, people die for money, chickens die for, birds die for food. Son Goku showed a harmless appearance, and walked slowly towards the palace in front of him. Seeing a living person in a palace that has not been visited by anyone for hundreds of years, he is still a big man. They immediately opened the door. Led by a slim and voluptuous maid, Son Goku walked in. Welcome, the journey to Snake Road has been exhausting. Are you going to be a top student or staying in a hotel? Son Goku smiled slightly. Is he still a time-honored brand in China? But seeing that only the snake servant in front of him has a beautiful appearance, the snake girl must not be far behind. That's it, let's order food first. I want a steamed lamb, steamed bear's paw, steamed deer's tail, roasted duck, roasted chicken, roasted goose, oven pig, oven steamed lamb, steamed bear's paw, steamed deer's tail, roasted duck, roasted chicken, roasted goose, roasted pig, roasted duck, sauce chicken, bacon, songwa, xiaoduer. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Good guy, come here to report the name of the dish, right? The maid looked stunned. Apparently she didn't expect that the guy in front of her really didn't regard herself as an outsider. Actually reported so much food in one go. Have you finished eating? Faced with the maid's doubts, Son Goku smiled confidently. It's no problem to order another 10 servings of everything. Besides, can't I pack it and take it away? The maid could tell that the guy in front of her was not as harmless as it seemed. This person does not seem to be able to deal with himself. So she agreed to come down, took Son Goku inside the palace, and shouted into it. Princess, a guest has arrived. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Have you entered the stage of choosing a princess so soon? I haven't eaten yet. Soon, an Anmin came down from the top of the palace. I saw that wearing a white mink fur coat, she was extremely coquettish, with a charm in her bones. Every step she took, she twisted her waist, like a willow branch in the wind, which aroused people's imagination. Son Goku didn't expect that snake princess is more beautiful than what she saw in the original picture. Especially the coquettishness in his bones is almost written on his face. No wonder King Yama only dared to go to the Snake Road once in 500 years. Who can stand up to this shit? Snake Girl swayed her willow waist, and came up to Son Goku with lotus steps, looked at it carefully, and said shyly. What a pretty face. Then she showed a very satisfied smile and told the maid on the side. Hurry up and prepare the dishes for the guests. Yes, the maid responded and hurriedly walked towards the kitchen, getting busy. Right now, only Son Goku and Snake Princess are left in the whole palace. The air is filled with a unique fragrance from Snake Princess. My lord, the servants are going to cook, shouldn't we do something? Seeing Snake throwing herself into her arms, Son Goku still didn't dare to be careless. Although as the saying goes, it's not as good as a snake's lair, how can you get a snake? But Son Goku knew in his heart that if this guy didn't teach her a hard lesson, he might still want to eat his own flesh. Then Son Goku nodded calmly and said, That's right, if this is the case, you can dance. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Snake G blinked her Kazilan's big eyes, her cerebellum went down a bit. I don't even wear so much clothes, you want me to dance? Ahem, this young master, I can't dance. Can't dance, what kind of princess are you? Come, change me. Snake G is so angry, you kid is treating me as a singer, right? But when I think of Son Goku being handsome, I can vaguely see the appearance of 8-pack abs. She endured it immediately. Isn't it just dancing? My mother, I'll go all out. Not to mention, Snake G really did go all out when she said she would go all out. It's really like that when you dance. I saw her taking off the mink coat on her body, twisting her slender waist. The slender thighs are looming, making them look extraordinarily enchanting. Sure enough, as a snake, he was born to be very good at dancing. But obviously, Son Goku has more fun than that. He coughed again. Is there such a dance, the one with a pipe in the middle? Shiji will be completely silent now, and said viciously in her heart. You kid, don't bully the snake too much, or you will have good fruit to eat. When she was about to directly deal with Son Goku, it just so happened that the meal prepared by the maid was brought up, successfully rescuing Snake G. Young master, why don't you eat the vegetables first, otherwise the food will not taste good if it gets cold. What about the steel pipe? Snake G suppressed her anger, squeezed out a smile and said. Don't worry, my lord, I'm going to do it with my maids. What, do it now? Son Goku deliberately pretended to be surprised, and then added after thinking for a while. Then I want the one with the hook. Snake G slapped the table violently, almost swearing. She took a deep breath, thinking that these meals were all given strong sleeping pills. As long as Son Goku eats it, you can try the size yourself before eating meat. Snake G smiled and said, okay, since it's the young master's request, let's make it with a hook. Son Goku nodded in satisfaction when Snake Princess said so. Looking at the delicious food on the table in front of me, Son Goku didn't hesitate, and started to eat with big mouthfuls. Speaking of which, it's been a long time since I've had such authentic Chinese food. I ate it all of a sudden, I really miss it. As for sleeping pills, Son Goku is not worried at all, with his current powerful body. Do sleeping pills work? Even Son Goku, who had only over 400 combat power at that time, could not be fascinated by the medicine of this trick. Still want to stun yourself with hundreds of thousands of fighting power? As long as he slightly controls the breath in his body, the dosage of those sleeping pills will be instantly wiped out by the powerful breath. So this meal, he ate it very happily, like a gust of wind sweeping away fallen leaves. Soon, a table of food was taken by Son Goku alone. Looking at Son Goku's unfinished look, it seems that he is only half full. Snake Princess and the maid are both confused. Is this guy still human? Not to mention humans, even elephants have been brought down long ago. It seems that the soft ones are useless, we can only come to the hard ones. Snake G made up her mind. Today it is by no means possible to let Son Goku leave unharmed. She showed her beauty again, and walked slowly to Son Goku, speaking like an orchid. Master, are you tired? How about slave rubbing your shoulders? While talking, Snake Girl started directly. Her hands were soft and boneless, icy cold, which made Son Goku very comfortable. Seeing Son Goku gradually getting into his own rhythm, he began to lower his guard slowly. Shiji knew that her chance had finally come. She lowered her head slowly, taking the opportunity to speak. Put the head close to Son Goku's neck, and then the two fangs in the mouth are exposed. Serpentine caught the opportunity and bit Son Goku's neck very quickly. Crunch, accompanied by a clear voice, the figure of Son Goku in front of him slowly disappeared. Snake G bit the air with one bite, her whole tooth hurt badly. Princess Snake Princess, how can I bear it when you push so hard? The figure of Son Goku slowly came from behind Snake Princess. Shiji turned her face away and saw Son Goku looking at her with a smile on his face while crossing his arms. She finally understood that this guy had been playing tricks on her all along. If the beautiful snake doesn't show off its power, do you think I'm a mud eel? After Shiji yelled angrily, she saw some changes in her body shape. The whole figure turned into a half-human half-snake appearance. At the same time the whole palace changed. The originally resplendent palace in front of me disappeared in an instant, replaced by a blood-red wall of flesh. There is also a dark green viscous liquid above the meat wall, dripping continuously. When Son Goku watched the liquid dripping onto the table in front of him, he made an ear-piercing, sizzling sound. Obviously extremely corrosive. Needless to say, this palace is the belly of Serpent Princess. But Son Goku didn't panic in the slightest, instead he smiled and said to the Snake Princess in front of him. It's just the first time you let me enter your body, isn't that not good? Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Shiji didn't expect Son Goku to be able to joke at this time. She gritted her silver teeth, and rushed forward regardless of her care. I saw Snake Princess was like a green lightning bolt, she arrived in front of Son Goku in an instant. She opened her sharp mouth and was about to bite on Son Goku's arm. Son Goku blinked, slowly raised his hand, and then his fingertips were covered with a layer of white air. He bent his middle finger and flicked it slightly towards the void in front of him. It just so happened that Snake G's big mouth appeared here. Son Goku's fingers flicked naturally onto Snake's teeth. With a bang, Snake Girl's 2 protruding pointed teeth were actually snapped off by Son Goku. And the whole person was blown upside down by a powerful air current. Hee, your teeth are too sharp, it won't be good if you hurt me when you get busy. Snake finally stopped her figure, facing Son Goku's words. She is angry and angry, she has been a snake for thousands of years, she doesn't know what Son Goku means. Snake Princess swallowed his heart alive. Swallow it alive. No, I fell into Son Goku's trap. Shiji blushed, knowing that she would definitely not be able to take down Son Goku in this battle. So she simply fuses with the whole huge body. I want to melt Son Goku with the viscous acid in my body. Son Goku didn't hesitate either, the chi in his body directly covered his body, and the stomach acid couldn't help him at all. Just want to get out. Son Goku didn't want to hurt Snake, otherwise a Kamehameha could punch her through the stomach. Quote. Carrot giant transformation, Son Goku said lightly, and then his body began to grow bigger and bigger. The person who was originally close to 1.8 meters tall grew to tens of meters in a short time. The gigantic Son Goku was wrapped in a white flame-like breath, and he began to continuously attack the Snake Girl's body. If you look at it from the outside, you can find that Snake G's belly has grown a whole circle like she is pregnant with a child. It hurts to death. My stomach. Snake G's glamorous face was twisted into a ball at this moment, she did not expect. I just met Son Goku less than a day ago, and I feel the pain of pregnancy in October. Please, don't get any bigger, I'm going to be strangled to death. Snake Princess can only beg for mercy in the end. Seeing this, Son Goku smiled slightly, and then his figure gradually became smaller. Say it earlier, you must let me come up with a unique move. The blood-red flesh wall in front of him has also turned into a luxurious palace again. Shiji fell in front of Son Goku, out of breath, as if she had just given birth, and she was weak. Son Goku walked slowly in front of her and knelt down, then stretched out his hand and opened her pink mouth. Okay, Shiji's eyes showed panic, this guy probably wants to rob while it's hot, right? However, what Son Goku fed into his mouth was just an ordinary bean, and Snake Girl looked very puzzled. What beautiful things are you thinking? Son Goku said with a smile. Being told by Son Goku, Snake Princess became a little annoyed. She stood up in a jerk, and put on a posture to fight Son Goku desperately. But she suddenly realized, how is my body getting better? Son Goku said with a smile, of course, I'm a good doctor. Shiji blinked her beautiful eyes, but still didn't understand, she obviously wanted to eat Son Goku ears. But not only did he not kill himself, but he also saved himself. What does this mean? Seeing her puzzled look, Son Goku spread his hands, looked up and down and said lightly. Tell me, what else can I plot for you? Shiji blushed and understood. When she was young, the king of the world also chased her. It's a pity that the old guy just got a little closer, and it won't work. Wonder if Son Goku will be any different. 12 hours later, Son Goku finally arrived at Kaio. Zhuangxing is a small yellow-green planet at the tail of the Snake Road. Son Goku didn't hesitate, he flew up directly. With 10 times the gravity, he hardly feels anything now. He looked around and saw that there was still an apple tree on this very small planet. Beside the apple tree stood a black monkey. This monkey is the legendary King Kai's pet, Barbarous. Gulu Gulu. Babris looked at Son Goku, who came suddenly, dancing and shouting. King Kai, who was studying gadgets in the house, heard the movement outside the house and came out of the house. Babris, I've said it all, I will become smaller if I am disturbed at this time. You idiot, do you want me to be unable to hold my head up in front of Snake Girl for the rest of my life? King Kai came out slowly while complaining. He still had a tissue in his hand and wiped the sweat off his face. You are. King Kai found Son Goku in front of him. Hi King Kai, my name is Son Goku, I'm from Earth. Earth, King Kai thought for a while and remembered. The Earth is just an inconspicuous little place in the area under his jurisdiction. Then, that Goku, what are you doing here? King Kai looked Son Goku up and down. Finding that this guy seemed to be very strong, he suddenly remembered something. By the way, did you meet a beautiful woman on the way to Snake Road? Thinking that the king of the realm should be talking about Snake Princess, Son Goku nodded, meet it. Then it's strange why you have nothing to do. Didn't she make things difficult for you? Son Goku thought for a while, then said lightly. She also coquettishly told me to drink sugar water, does that count? King Kai wiped the sweat stains on his face, this kid could be. He stepped forward and smelled it, and sure enough, Son Goku smelled of that woman's perfume. King Kai is a little sad, he has been chasing Snake Princess for more than 600 years. For Shiji, she hid in the house day and night and practiced herself. Now, it's all over. Seeing King Kai's lost look, Son Goku hasn't figured out how to comfort him. Then King Kai suddenly said to himself, forget it, since this is the case, let's find another target. King Kai glanced at Son Goku in front of him, and instantly thought of a new life direction. It's decided, the first disciple of the first universe is ready. Quote. Only then did Son Goku realize that King Kai didn't really like Snake Princess. He just lived for too long, almost without the distress of lifespan, and he seemed to have nothing to do, so he just found something to do. After all, Kai Wangxing is only that big. Apart from driving his broken car at 15 kilometers per hour. There is only 10 times the gravity with Babris, and the water garden is far away. Right now, he has finally found something more interesting, and in the eyes of Kaiwang, it is almost impossible to achieve. But, I didn't come to let you train me and be your disciple. Son Goku scratched his head, he came here for the coordinates of the new Namek. King Kai stroked the long beard on both sides of his lips, straightened his waist, raised his toes and tried several times but failed to touch Son Goku's shoulders. That BACB Goku, you bend over first. Oh, Son Goku lowered his body, King Kai put his hand up, patted him on the shoulder twice, and said with a confident smile. Young man, don't be shy, you came to my world King Star, besides begging me to teach you martial arts, do you have any other purpose? Ah, yes, I want to ask you Shin Nami. Shut up. King Kai patted Son Goku fiercely. The king of this world will not accept apprentices easily. Goku, you have to be prepared. Master Realm King, I mean. Ah, how about it, Goku, tell a joke, if you can make me laugh, how about I teach you martial arts? King Kai completely ignored what Son Goku said, and said to himself. Seeing this, Son Goku is also very helpless, it seems that he can only cooperate with him. The quilt flew away. Unexpectedly, Son Goku spoke the first sentence, King Kai couldn't help it. He covered his mouth, ha ha ha, the quilt flew away. The dumb cat is asleep. King Kai continued to play steadily, covering his mouth, ha ha ha, the dumb cat is asleep. Pencil, the pen is bald. The pencil is bald, ha ha ha. King Kai couldn't bear it any longer, and burst out laughing directly. Although Son Goku knew that King Kai's laughing point was very low, he really didn't expect it to be so low. He doesn't understand, what's so funny about this? You guy must not be an ordinary person, you are a professional, no, you have to tell another one. King Kai grabbed Goku and asked again and again. Son Goku sighed helplessly, and then said. I quarreled with Xiaoming, and I was so angry that I rushed out the door. 3 seconds later, Xiaoming chased and shouted, you boy, give me the door back. King Kai was stunned for a moment, and then got out of hand. Ha 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 ha. You boy, ha ha ha, return the door, ha 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 ha. King Kai laughed even harder this time. He bent over laughing and leaned forward and backward, looking very happy. Even Son Goku was infected by his hearty laugh. I swear, I really only laughed because King Kai laughed. These cold jokes can't touch my rock-solid and indifferent heart at all. After a long time, King Kai slowly recovered. Not bad, you have barely passed my test, but before I teach you martial arts, you must let me know your strength. Good. After Son Goku finished speaking, he shook his hands vigorously, and his whole body began to explode with momentum. I saw that his aura kept climbing, and the entire King of Realms actually shook. Good. What a powerful breath. King Kai was startled. He was only 3,500 combat power, this guy must be at least hundreds of thousands. How about Lord Kai? Ahem. King Kai coughed tactically, and then said calmly. Not bad, so let's start with the first training. Oh, catch Babris, King Kai said while pointing to the black monkey beside him. Son Goku nodded, and then the figure disappeared instantly. When he reappeared, he had already grabbed the bewildered Babris in his hand. Hey, Lord Kai, I caught it. Ahem, Goku, I haven't even started yet. Seeing Son Goku let go of Babris, King Kai stretched out his hands, and the two antenna-like things above his head lit up. Son Goku felt that his body instantly became extremely heavy. What is the situation? Seeing Son Goku finally surprised, King Kai couldn't help but chuckled. Hey, Goku, this is my ability, now your body has been exerted 30 times the gravity by me. Don't underestimate the 30 times gravity. Goku, you need to know that Kaiwang itself still has 10 times the gravity, that is to say, the gravity on your body is at least 300 times. Son Goku suddenly realized that he was suddenly unable to move his whole body. I almost thought it was being crippled by Snake Princess. Okay, let's start now, the first training, catch Babris. Gulu Gulu. Apparently Babris also knows that the current Son Goku is strenuous even walking, let alone moving at high speed. It looks very arrogant. Looking at the provocative Babris in front of him, how can Son Goku bear it? He directly burst out the breath in his body. Now, although it is said that he cannot run very fast, he can finally move normally. Oh, I didn't expect this guy to hide his strength. King Kai saw it and praised him very much. Looking at it this way, maybe there is a chance to train him to be the #1 fighter in the universe. If so, what is your next goal? King Kai frowned very distressed, walked back to the house slowly. He has to think carefully about the future plan. On the other hand, Son Goku's practice of chasing Babris begins. In order to become stronger, Son Goku naturally did not use 10 times Kaioken and instant transmission. Otherwise he would have caught Babris long ago. But even so, it only took Son Goku a month to overcome 300 times the gravity. At the same time successfully captured Babris. This also surprised Son Goku himself. After all, there is pressure to be motivated. If it were normal in the gravity chamber on the Earth, I am afraid that it will take at least half a year for me to have the current effect. Master Kai, I've captured Babris. King Kai nodded, and stretched out his palm again. This time the gravity on Son Goku came to 40 times. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Son Goku almost fell to the ground, he gritted his teeth and stood up. Fortunately, it's Saiyan's body, replaced by an Earthling, not to mention the body, even the internal organs will be crushed. Goku, why are you looking at me like this? Could it be that the king of this realm will avenge his private revenge because of Snake Princess? I'm doing this for your own good. Seeing that Son Goku couldn't even refute, King Kai said flatly. Come on, Goku, let's move on to the next training. King Kai took a deep breath and roared towards the grass in front of him. A gust of wind blew and pushed the grass down. At this time, a blue light flew out from the grass and landed in front of King Kai. Son Goku took a closer look and saw that the blue light was actually emitted from the body of a yellow grasshopper. This grasshopper is another pet kept by King Kai. It's called Gregory. Hee, Lord Kai, I'm taking a nap, what's the matter? Facing Gurgly's words, King Kai beat his little head angrily and said. You're only about 1,000 years old now. How do you sleep at such a young age? Now I've found you a match. Gurgly didn't care about the king of Kai losing his temper, its small body stretched. Then he squinted his eyes and looked at Son Goku pointed by King Kai. Can this guy be my opponent? Hey, Gurgly, don't underestimate him, his name is Son Goku, he's a Saiyan. When Son Goku was training just now, King Kai had figured out his identity. Saiyan, you know, incomparably cruel. Look, is Babris gone? He was caught by this kid just now, and he was made into a monkey's brain and eaten. If you are caught by him, you will inevitably be fried grasshoppers. Lord Kai. No, no way. Gurgly was obviously frightened by the words of King Kai. It no longer has sleepy eyes in its eyes, and it has become serious. Seeing Gurgly's frightened appearance, the king of the world held back his mouth and snickered, secretly saying in his heart, "The guy who called you dared to beat me last time when he urinated." King Kai mercilessly gave Son Goku an oversized sledgehammer. The rules are very simple, just hit the head of the middle ancient Regli with a sledgehammer to pass. Gurgly looked at the hammer in Son Goku's hand that was dozens of times bigger than himself. Only then did I realize that the king of the realm is focusing on the truth. He must take revenge. For the safety of his own life, Gurgly did not dare to be careless at all. Therefore, Gurgly here is more cautious than he was with Son Goku. It was afraid that if the hammer fell, it would turn itself into grasshopper powder. So it is more difficult for Son Goku to hit Gurgly. This time, it took him a full 3 months to be considered successful. When Gurgly thought he was dead, he found that Son Goku just tapped its head lightly. I didn't intend to kill him at all. And at this time, the black monkey Babris ran out with a grunt. Gurgly realized that he had been fooled, and he slumped on the ground. He has been exhausted for the past 3 months. I have used my hundreds of years of exercise. Can't you get a good night's sleep now? King Kai is also very satisfied with Son Goku's progress, according to Son Goku's current development. Maybe in the World King contest in the future, he can still fight against that monstrous rib rice. He. King Kai was very happy when he thought of this. I have been ridiculed by that annoying king of the Western realm for thousands of years. This time might be a good opportunity to avenge my shame. At that time, he must also be allowed to walk around the Great Kaiwang with a urinal on his head. King Kai thought of this, so he became more serious, and things gradually deviated from the original plan. Originally, he just wanted to train Goku to pass the time, but now after seeing Son Goku's talent, immediately without a trace of reservation. Goku, what I'm going to teach you now is Kaioken and Spirit Bomb, these are the 2 moves I'm most proud of. Son Goku nodded, although Kaioken sent by the system. But you can't tell the king of the world that you will, can you? What's more, the system only sent 10 times, which is not enough to watch in the later stage. You know the original Son Goku can drive Kaioken 20 times when he beats Frieza in Namek. In the future, if I want to superimpose Kaioken in the form of Saiyan, it is definitely better to learn the original flavor. The king of the world is also very serious about the professor this time. He first explained the principle of Kaioken to Son Goku. Wait until Son Goku understands thoroughly and understands clearly before starting to teach officially. The principle of Kaioken is very simple, that is, through exquisite control of the chi in the body. Let your own gas transform into 2 turning spiral energy. Then let these 2 spiral energies collide with each other in the caster's body. In this way, a force far beyond the normal state of the body can be erupted. And the so-called amplification multiple naturally refers to the amount of spiral energy condensed in the body. Kaioken's minimum multiplier is twice, so at the very beginning, it needs to condense 2 pairs of spiral energy in the body. By analogy, 3 pairs of spiral vigor, that is, the success has tripled. This is why the original Kaioken is so easy to cause damage to the body. This powerful spiral energy stirs crazily in the body. Without a strong physical support, you haven't had time to make a move. The body will collapse on its own. So this is why King Kai asked Son Goku to pass the first 2 trainings first. Son Goku, who now overcomes 400 times the force of gravity. The physical strength has reached a very terrifying level. Hosting Kaioken is naturally not a difficult task. Kaioken's practice begins. Son Goku has 10 times the experience of Kaioken before. Know how to guide the flow of chi in the body, so it is very fast to get started naturally. Unexpectedly, in just half a day, Son Goku has completely mastered Kaioken. looking at the red light emanating from Son Goku in front of him. King Kai looked incredible. This is the experience that I have studied for countless years. How did this guy learn so quickly? You know, even King Kai himself can only increase to about 2 or 3 times at most. But Son Goku in front of him seems to have increased to 10 times easily. Just like this, Son Goku suppressed a lot of anger. Otherwise, you can go even higher. However, Son Goku also found the difference between the two Kaioken. Now his Kaioken can be increased to more than 10 times, even more than 20 times, or even higher. But at the same time, there will be a faint pain in the body, which will increase with the increase of the multiple. This is what Kaioken was not given by the previous system 10 times. After all, it is a side effect-free version. In short, from this point of view, this kind of trick should be used less in the future. In comparison, the Super Saiyan form seems to be more scientific. After getting familiar with Kaioken, the next step is to practice Spirit Bomb. Son Goku was naturally very excited. Not for anything else, just relying on this handsome move is enough. Whenever Z fighters are most desperate and powerless, the only thing that can bring hope is the Spirit Bomb skill. I feel that with this trick, there is still a possibility of defeating a powerful enemy. It can be said that this is a magical skill that carries hope. Seeing Son Goku's very interested look, King Kai proudly stroked his beard and said, "Spirit Bomb is a powerful technique created by me. It can gather the energy of flowers, trees, humans, animals, and even the atmosphere to create a white energy sphere. This trick is not lethal to righteous people, but to evil people. The more evil, the stronger the power of Spirit Bomb." Son Goku nodded. If this is the case, can he still practice? King Kai saw Son Goku's doubts and explained, "Goku, marrying a wife and having children is not something evil and evil, you don't have to take it to heart." Seeing what King Kai said, Son Goku was relieved. It seems that the requirements of Spirit Bomb are still lower than those of Somersault Cloud. On King Kai, Son Goku is cultivating hard under King Kai. He can feel that his fighting power and mastery of Chi are constantly getting stronger. At this time, a great event happened on the Earth. In a large mountain in the south of the Earth, a round universe ship is landing at this time. With a sound, the door of the universe spaceship opened. A dark-skinned man with a combat tester over his left eye. A man who looked very similar to Son Goku stepped out of the universe ship. The man smiled coldly, looking at the rich planet in front of him. His eyes were full of greed. This man is none other than Turles. He was also one of the Saiyans who managed to survive after Frieza wiped out planet Vegeta. As for why he looks so much like Son Goku, maybe it's all because of the lower level fighters. Behind Turles, there are still several universe people standing. These are all the subordinates he has subdued for so many years. Master Turles, this planet is the perfect food for the spiritual tree seeds. This subordinate had just finished speaking, only to hear a bang. A towering tree suddenly rose from the ground. This big tree is what they call a spiritual tree. This is also the reason why Turles, a mere low-level fighter, now has a combat power of 30,000. The so-called spiritual tree is a very magical plant. It can take root in the planet, absorb the energy in the planet, and then grow itself. Finally bear fruit. The greater the energy contained in the planet, the better the fruit it bears. After eating it, more combat power will be added. This is a very bug fruit, a fruit that only gods are qualified to eat. It is even rarer than the legendary devil fruit. How is it? Have you detected the highest combat power on this planet? Turles waited for the spiritual tree in front of him to bear fruit, and his combat effectiveness would be greatly increased by then. Master Turles, the current battle on this planet called Earth is around 5,000. Oh, Turles nodded, but it was only 5,000. For this weak and small planet, it is already very good. At this moment, Piccolo, who was practicing, sensed this evil aura. At the same time, Klin and others in the heaven were also discovered. Very good, it seems that the spiritual tree matures faster on this planet. It won't be long before the energy of this planet will be completely absorbed into the spirit tree. At this time, Turles was looking forward to the power brought by the fruit of the spirit tree. The previous fruit power has allowed him to easily surpass Saiyan Prince Vegeta. Not long ago, the two actually took a fancy to the same planet. Turles' character is naturally not used to Vegeta. Especially Vegeta dared to raise his thumb and said to himself, "The one standing in front of you is Saiyan's prince, Master Vegeta." Facing the gesture of deflation, Turles naturally shot directly. At this time, Vegeta's normal combat strength is only over 10,000. Obviously no match for Turles. In the end, if it weren't for the rest of Frieza's army nearby, Turles will never let Vegeta live. HMPH, just wait and see, it won't be long, not to mention these fools of Frieza, even that short winter melon Frieza, I will kill him. At that time, I will build the strongest Turles army in the universe. Dominate the entire universe. Ha ha ha. Turles laughed wildly. In his opinion, no one on Earth could stop him. At this, 057, several breaths flew over from a distance. It was Tien Shinhan, Keelan, Yamcha, Dumpling and others who came directly from Tenjin. Due to the effect of the fruit of the spirit tree, the whole Earth is about to be sucked dry. The gods quickly sense the problem of the Earth's crisis. It's just a pity that Son Goku couldn't be contacted at such a critical moment. God can only ask Tien Shinhan and others. Turles looked at the people in front of him, with a disdainful smile on his lips. It's just some miscellaneous fish. The flickering combat instruments in the corner of his eyes showed that the highest combat power here is no more than 1,000. Such strength is really pitifully weak. Turles didn't even have the desire to shoot. He flew up directly and sat on the spirit tree. His purpose is to ensure that the fruit of the spirit tree matures. As for the few people in front of me, 4 of Turles' men came forward, and they came from different planets. Amando, Natsu Star, combat power 9,100. Daz, the planet Kabaka, with a combat power of 8,400. Cacao, Star Ikonda, combat power 13,000. Brother Rez Lakasi, a fossil of the long-extinct Bins, was resurrected by Turles using the extract of the spirit tree, with a combat power of 1,600. Right now, these 4 people are facing the 4 of Tien Shinhan. Looking at these enemies full of evil, Tien Shinhan and others feel like they are facing an enemy. Without hesitation, all the combat power was released directly. Oh, yes, it turns out that these guys can hide their fighting power. Turles was wearing a combat instrument, and the data on it was beeping. The highest combat power inside can reach 8,000 points, the rest are around 6,000 points, and the weakest one is less than 4,000 points. Although their combat effectiveness has improved, they are still no match for Turles' men. Facing such a huge power gap, it is destined to be a difficult battle. Without any explanation, several people directly found their opponents and fought together. Bang, 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 bang. There was a fierce collision, and the battle was very intense. Although the fighting power of these universe people is very high. But Tien Shinhan, Kling and others also have their own tricks. Ha! Yamcha widened the gap with his opponent, holding a yellow Qigong bullet in his right hand. Air bomb. Accompanied by Yamcha's right hand throwing an air bomb, he rushed to the opposite universe man Amando. Amando dodged quickly, but he didn't expect that Yamcha could control the thrown air bomb to redirect the attack. Boom! Success! Success! When Yamcha was happy, Amando's powerful body rushed out from the thick smoke. It punched directly on Yamcha's chest. Puff! Yamcha spat out a mouthful of blood, and even the internal organs were shaking. HMPH, it's so vulnerable. Then under a series of attacks, Yamcha directly lost the ability to fight. Showing a classic lying posture. Yamcha. Seeing such a situation, Keelan was very anxious on his face. In desperation, he remembered what Son Goku had told him. Looking at the very difficult opponent in front of him, Keelan decided to give it a try. Solar flare. Keelan put his hands on both sides of his head, and a strong light like the sun came out from all over his body. For an instant, his opponent Daz felt nothing but a vast expanse of whiteness in front of him. Keelan, if you meet people from universe in the future, you have to know that they can't feel the presence of breath like we do. The only thing they can rely on is eyes and instruments, so maybe solar flare and Chi Gen Zan are a good combination. Looking at the panicked Daz, who was beating around, Keelan smiled slightly. It seems that you are right, Goku. Without further hesitation, Keelan raised one hand, Chi Yuan slash is ready. When Daz was finally able to see clearly, the lotus-shaped ki blast had already flown in front of him. HMPH, silly little trick. Daz didn't realize the seriousness of the matter, and was even ready to reach out to resist. In an instant, Daz's whole body was cut into two halves by Qi Yuan. What? The rest of Turles' men also discovered the death of their companions. How is this possible? Their fighting power is obviously so weak, they can kill Daz. Turles looked at the broken part of the spirit tree beside him. After the Qi Yuan cut through Daz just now, he still had the strength. Even the thick trunk of the spirit tree behind him was cut open. Don't be careless, these guys don't seem to be as effective as they seem. Turles reminded. Although he doesn't care about the life and death of these subordinates, it is very troublesome to find them again. The universe is too big, it is impossible to find a planet suitable for spiritual tree planting by yourself, right? While Turles was analyzing the situation on the field, a powerful light wave shot out from behind him. Magic penetration light killing cannon. In the few years after losing to Son Goku, Piccolo has also continued to become stronger. Especially if you can find Son Goku masochistic at any time. Oh no, it's sparring. Now his combat strength has already exceeded 30,000. HMPH, Goku, this trick was originally used to kill you. Piccolo sneered. Turles didn't expect there to be such a powerful existence on Earth. Could this guy be the one with 5,000 combat power? These people are really despicable. Everyone will hide their strength. Facing the magic light cannon that was right in front of him, Turles had no time to dodge. He can only do his best to resist. But, the move of magic gun light killing cannon, in the original comics, when Piccolo only has a few hundred combat power, it can condense into thousands of power. Not to mention the Piccolo that goes up to 30,000. This trick, my 5 years of skill, can you stop it? Shish. Turles' entire chest was completely pierced by the magic light killing cannon. Blood dripping. He didn't expect Piccolo to be so despicable. Even though his fighting strength is higher than his own, he still engages in sneak attacks. As Turles was hit hard, the situation on the field was rewritten in an instant. Turles, who are as strong as 30,000 soldiers, are about to burp, and they are naturally trying to get rid of their opponents and prepare to escape. The god on the Temple of Heaven looked at the scene in the lower realm, with a gratified smile on the corner of his mouth. I didn't expect Piccolo to join the war for the Earth. Even Keelan and others didn't expect that. They only planned to protect the Earth with all their might. He procrastinated for the arrival of Son Goku, but he did not expect to have such a powerful combat power as Piccolo to help out. Looking at Keelan and Tien Shinhan's friendly eyes, Piccolo's original green face blushed, and he said angrily, "What are you guys thinking? This Demon King wants to conquer the Earth. Until it succeeds, it is natural not to allow these fools to get involved." Faced with Piccolo's arrogant words, Keelan and the others naturally did not refute. After all, now, thanks to Piccolo, it looks like there's no need for Son Goku at all. You guys. Turles felt the passing of life. Didn't he think that he would fall down on the Earth after being careful for so many years? I'm really not reconciled. Piccolo looked at Turles, who was still struggling to survive, and was a little surprised. Saiyan's life is really tenacious. However, it's all over. Looking at Turles, who looks almost exactly like Son Goku, Piccolo couldn't help feeling secretly happy. You beat me up for 2 years. Now it's finally my turn. Die to me, Son Goku. Piccolo directly entered the play, condensing into a wave of light in his ruthless hands. Aim at the Turles in front of you, and launch it. Unfortunately, at this moment, the fruit of a spiritual tree has quietly grown. The fragrance overflowing, drifting out. Turles saw the hope of life in an instant, and he used his last strength to escape the air wave and came to the fruit of the spirit tree. Had. Although Piccolo doesn't know what Turles wants to do, he always has a bad feeling. Ha 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 ha. The madness in Turles' eyes, he picked the fruit of the spirit tree and swallowed it in one gulp. Piccolo flew straight towards Turles. This attack must be a one-hit kill. Boom. The thick smoke dispersed, and this time the one covered in blood turned out to be Piccolo, the Great Demon King. Ha 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 ha. Unexpectedly, the fruit of the spiritual tree cultivated by the energy of the earth has such a good effect. Accompanied by wild laughter, Turles' figure gradually appeared. At this time, not only the injured parts of his body have recovered. and the breath in the body soared by more than 10 times. King Kai, who was teaching Son Goku, suddenly froze for a moment, then said to Son Goku, "Goku, there seems to be something you need to fix first." Feeling the powerful aura of Turles in front of them, everyone was stunned. Earth, what a treasure land. These men of Turles are crazy too. You must know that after eating one fruit of the spiritual tree, it takes a lot of time to fully digest and absorb it. Otherwise, the body simply cannot bear it. In other words, the next fruit of this spirit may be his turn to eat. This time, they changed from trying to escape to solving their opponents with more effort than anyone else. Originally, there was a big gap in the fighting strength of the few people before, but now, under the opponents spare no effort to invite credit. Z fighters are in danger. Because of Yamcha's early defeat, although Kling solved an opponent. But there is no way to help others, only to deal with the enemies that Yamcha was originally responsible for. Although Solar Flare's Chi and Yuan Zhan has a bug, it is a surprise attack. After the enemy has seen it, or don't give Kling's Solar Flare a chance at all. Either once the Solar Flare is used, the opponent runs far away. I won't just stand still and give you a chance to hit. Chi Yuan Slash is not like manipulating Chi bombs. There is no way to control the direction of attack after letting go. Therefore, apart from Tien Shinhan who used 4 body punches, Dumplings and Klings are dangerous. Especially Dumplings, Ten is not suitable for fighting. If it weren't for his opponent being the two-headed Rez Lakasi brothers. The two brothers often disagreed with each other, and one proposed to solve the dumplings quickly. One wants to torture slowly. Otherwise, the dumplings would have been finished by now. But this will be due to the temptation of the fruit of the spirit tree. The two reached a consensus in an instant. Seeing that Jiaozi was about to die under the qigong of brother Rez Lakasi. Gyoza dumplings. Tien Shinhan was very eager, but she herself barely resisted. And because of a distraction just now, his other 3 bodies were killed one by the opponent in an instant. Cacao, 13,000 combat power. Tien Shinhan should have been crushed a long time ago. If this guy didn't have too many skills, he wouldn't have been delayed for so long. It's over. Cacao also delivered a fatal blow to Tien Shinhan's heart. Boom. Violent explosion. Tien Shinhan and Dumpling disappeared in the explosion at the same time. Dumplings, Tien Shinhan. It's too late for Keelan to be sad, he's also at the end of his battle now. Turning to look at Piccolo, even the most powerful Piccolo had an arm broken by Turles. Green blood flows through the branches of the spirit tree. Keelan was very unwilling, finally saw the hope of victory. But it disappeared in a blink of an eye, and finally he tore his throat in despair and shouted. Goku, come quickly. HMPH, you don't think that there are still people who can save you now, do you? Amando walked towards Klin step by step. He enjoyed the desperate expression of this prey. Now is the time to completely destroy the guy in front of you. Trash, go to hell. A white light wave was emitted from the palm of Amando. Now Keelan didn't even have the strength to stand up, and couldn't dodge at all. Keelan closed his eyes and gave up resistance, but he didn't hear the explosion for a long time. A familiar voice sounded in his ear. You guys are trash. A flat and gentle voice. This voice is very familiar to Keelan. He opened his eyes, looking at the reliable and sturdy figure in front of him, and there was a big word, enlightenment, written on his clothes. Enlightenment. Goku. Keelan cried with joy. Woo. It's okay, Keelan, they're all still alive. Son Goku said flatly without turning his head. Ah, really? Keelan released his breath perception. Sure enough. Tien Shinhan, Dumplings, and even Yamcha are alive. Could it be that? Son Goku nodded. He was the one who saved Tien Shinhan and Dumpling with instant transmission at the last moment. Son Goku threw a fairy bean to Klin and said, eat it, they have eaten it just now. Leave the rest to me. Enlightenment. Goku. Keelan looked at Son Goku in front of him, a little excited and speechless. HMPH, you guys are too arrogant. Amando looked at the man who suddenly appeared in front of him. According to the detection of the combat effectiveness instrument, the combat effectiveness is only 500. Who are you looking so handsome for? It's nothing but rubbish. By the way, what is your magic bean? If you hand it over, I can consider not killing you. Amando discovered that Klin, the little bald man, miraculously recovered after eating that kind of beans. Didn't expect the Earth to have such a good thing. They roam the universe, fighting and destroying everywhere. It can be described as dangerous. If there is such a thing that can restore combat power in an instant, it will be a great benefit. Ah, you mean fairy beans. Even if I give it to you, you won't have a chance to use it. What did you say? Could it be that you think you can defeat me with just 500 combat power? Amando looked at the man in front of him, and suddenly found that he was almost exactly the same as Master Turles. It's just that the breath is more stable and gentle. For some reason, from Son Goku's eyes, he felt a threat of death. He only has 500 fighting power. Amando was thinking, when he suddenly heard a soft voice coming from his ear. Go to hell. This extremely gentle voice said the most terrifying words in this world. By the time Amando reacted, his head had already fallen off. His head fell into the air, and Amando didn't want to understand it. When did Son Goku appear next to his body? Good, so strong, perhaps even stronger than Master Turles. Amando closed his eyes unwillingly. Brothers Kakao and Rez Lacasse who came from afar were going to grab Son Goku's head. It turned out that in just an instant, Amando gave away the head first. What's the situation? Even if two people have 3 heads, no matter how stupid they are, they will know something is wrong. This person died without being able to see him. How can this thing still make a fuss? They quickly laughed and said that they didn't know Amando at all, and they had never heard of Turles. Those who just come to the Earth for sightseeing, pure universe friends. Really? Son Goku raised a smile. There is another place where you should also travel. What? Where? Soon, brothers Kakao and Rez Lacasse knew where Son Goku was talking about. Just swinging a punch from far away, the aftermath of vigor bombarded the two of them until there was nothing left. Such fighting power, so terrifying. Son Goku, you've become a lot stronger behind my back. Piccolo grew another arm. Although his aura has dropped a lot, his momentum has not. Didn't you promise to help me become stronger? Ah, I'm sorry, I was delayed because of some things. Son Goku scratched his head embarrassingly. At the beginning, I discussed with Piccolo and asked him to help train Sun Wuyuan and other children. After that, I will find a way to help him become stronger, and help him find his hometown, Namek. There might be a way to make him stronger. HMPH. Piccolo snorted coldly while crossing his arms. His already green face would turn greener now. Son Goku dare not offend this best nanny. There will be more children in the future, and they will all count on him. But I can't blame him for this. It's all the old guy of the king of the realm, so he must pull himself to practice. Son Goku sighed, so in that case, he could only vent all his grievances on Turles. Turles looked at Son Goku looking at him with malicious eyes, his face froze. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. At this time, he was full of doubts. Piccolo scolded you, it has nothing to do with me. Turles looked at Son Goku who looked very similar to himself, and suddenly remembered. Wait, isn't this guy a Saiyan too? Seeing Son Goku's silence, Turles became more convinced. Since this is the case, then we should join hands. You cooperate with me, the fruit of this spiritual tree belongs to both of us. Son Goku shook his head and said flatly, Turles, there are 2 things you need to clarify. First, I am Saiyan who grew up on Earth. Second, the fruits of the spirit trees that killed you are also mine. Turles, knowing that the Son Goku in front of me will not cooperate with me. Turles didn't hesitate, shouted angrily, and broke out a powerful fighting force. At this time, his combat power has reached more than 300,000. HMPH, since you refuse to cooperate, then go to hell. Turles' figure leapt out, and he came to Son Goku at lightning speed. Now he is extremely confident, with a combat power of more than 300,000, how powerful this is. Turles never dreamed that as a junior Saiyan fighter, he could gain such a powerful combat power. Die to me. One of Turles' moves has the heart of killing Son Goku. Boom. Son Goku didn't panic at all, raised his fist and collided with Turles first. The shock wave generated by the fist wind vibration makes the surrounding air appear to have slight ripples. Even the incomparably thick trunk of the spirit tree not far away was destroyed by the air wave from the blow from the two of them. Turles sneered. The reason why he proposed cooperation just now was because he couldn't see through Son Goku's fighting power. But now that the two of them are fisting each other, they can roughly understand his strength. HMPH, that's all. Turles looked disdainful. Is that so? A smile appeared on the corner of Son Goku's mouth, and then a powerful aura began to erupt in his body. His fighting power rose rapidly, and he surpassed Turles in the blink of an eye. Beep beep beep. 350,000, 370,000, N, 400,000, 430,000. Boom, the combat power detection device on Turles' left eye exploded. You guy actually has a combat power of more than 400,000. Turles couldn't believe what he saw. But Son Goku's unparalleled aura proves that all this is true again. Even Keelan and others in the distance. They were all squeezed by the powerful breath emanating from Son Goku, making it difficult to breathe. Piccolo's face was as green as iron, and he snorted coldly. This guy, why has he become so much stronger again? Son Goku fought back, hitting Turles directly in the chest. Turles curled up like a shrimp because of the pain. But Son Goku's attack was not over yet. Another uppercut hit Turles in the jaw. The powerful force made him fly up uncontrollably. Turles screamed in midair, facing Son Goku's attack. He had absolutely no chance of fighting back. Da. Son Goku continued to attack, hitting Turles hard with every punch and kick. Dozens of punches per second made Turles dizzy, eyes staring. Finally, Son Goku made a flash and appeared above Turles. He clasped his hands together, hit it down hard. This blow directly smashed Turles in midair to the ground. Boom! Even the hard and thick spirit tree below him could not withstand this powerful impact. Seeing that Turles' entire figure is constantly being forced to pierce through the spiritual trunk. At this moment, his whole body seems to be like a sharp cone, piercing through layers of thick trunks of the spiritual tree. Finally hit the ground. Boom! Turles finally landed, but he didn't know how many tree trunks he crashed along the way. At this time, he spat out a mouthful of blood. Unexpectedly, I have doubled my combat power by more than 10 times. Still being abused like a steak by this guy named Son Goku. But, Turles stood up slowly. He couldn't believe that there was a stronger Saiyan than him in this world. Turles was not reconciled. How could he be so pushy? Watching Son Goku descending slowly from the sky. With a flustered look on Turles' face, he began to look around. The fruit of the spiritual tree, where is the ripe fruit? At this time Turles has fallen into madness. Enduring the pain, he jumped up and began to shuttle among the dense branches of the spirit tree. Find new ripe spirit tree fruit. Son Goku will naturally not give him this chance. But this Turles guy is really lucky. Just when Son Goku had quickly come behind him. Before Turles' eyes, a new spiritual pear fruit has grown. Turles couldn't help but swallowed it in one gulp. The fruit of the last spiritual tree has not been fully digested, and this will eat another one. Turles' whole body seemed to be unable to bear this force. Blood stains ooze from his body surface. Ha. Turles looked a little scary at this time. He laughed. In the body, because of the fruit of the spiritual tree, more powerful power is constantly emerging. I didn't expect my combat power to grow. Although the combat power of Turles at this time is not as exaggerated as the first time. But it has also risen to more than 500,000, almost 600,000 combat power. He was extremely crazy, feeling that his aura had far surpassed Son Goku in front of him. Ha. Suffer. Turles felt that he was doing well again. He resumed his arrogant appearance. Charged towards Son Goku. Enlightenment. Goku, Keelan and the others naturally sensed that something was wrong. Turles' aura has reached a terrifying level. Just when everyone thought Son Goku would be defeated by Turles, Son Goku just throws a flat punch with serious eyes. This punch, seemingly ordinary, directly shattered all the fantasies of Dales. Boom! Just now Turles rushed towards Son Goku at a multi-block speed. It will be thrown upside down by this punch at a faster speed. How is this possible? The eyes of Turles are completely incredible. He really couldn't figure it out, but he ate 2 spirit tree fruits in a row. It has a combat power of nearly 600,000. What's the matter? Could it be? Turles can't believe it. This seemingly innocuous guy actually has more than 600,000 battle history. Ah, ah, Turles roared angrily, and finally stopped his backward figure in the air. Looking at the seemingly invincible Son Goku in front of him, Turles didn't hold back anymore. I saw him put his hands together, condensing a large purple energy ball. Rumble. All of Turles' breath burst out unreservedly. The violent energy destroyed everything around him. Even the forest beneath him has now turned into a big bear pit. Son Goku looked at the spirit tree beside him, and saw that about 10 fruits had grown on the tree. It seems that it is almost the same. If this tree continues, the earth may really not live. Son Goku did not hesitate, ready to end the battle completely. He put his hands on his waist, in a stance. Turtle. Group. Gas. Achievement. HMPH. Go to hell. The Turles' purple energy ball on the other side is also condensed. Terrifying energy rays burst out from his hands. Boom. 2 energy rays of purple and blue and white directly collided above the sky. The resulting energy fluctuations eclipse the sky. Earth shakes. Turles mobilized all the power in his body, but the 2 waves of energy just stood still. Seeing that Turles had already exerted all his strength, Son Goku smiled slightly at the corner of his mouth, and shouted angrily. I saw that the energy that was still at a stalemate instantly showed a one-sided situation. The blue-white Kamehameha easily pushes back the purple energy light, like a broken bamboo. What? Turles couldn't have imagined it anyway, and he hit with all his strength. He was pushed back so easily by Son Goku. No. Turles saw the light wave getting closer and closer to him, and he already felt the threat of death. But no matter how hard Turles tried, Kamehameha ruthlessly devoured him whole. Wiped out completely. It's over. Looking at the scene in front of him, Keelan wiped his eyes. This is too unbelievable. Goku, how much power are you hiding? Keelan flew in front of Son Goku, saw that he was still very relaxed. Thinking about it, even against Turles, he still hasn't used his full strength. In fact, even Son Goku himself was surprised. He didn't expect the training of the Ghost King to be so useful. My original combat strength of 500,000 was less than half a year to get Zhao. It has reached almost 1 million. Fully doubled. King Kai, who was far away from King of the Realm, had his hands behind his back and watched the whole battle with a smug expression on his face. Hey, Goku, now you finally know my hard work. After a while of pleasantries, it was time to harvest the spoils. Son Goku naturally took all the fruits of the spirit tree. Originally, it wasn't impossible to share some points with Keelan and the others. But when they learned that this fruit will affect their future growth potential, Keelan and the others followed suit and refused. Seeing this, Son Goku naturally accepted all of them, and the spirit tree was completely destroyed. In this way, this great crisis that endangers the Earth is finally over. All that's left is to find Bulma and use the Dragon Balls you collected earlier to make a wish to restore the Earth to its original state. In Xidu, Zairma is wearing a bikini and sunbathing in the mansion. Although she is pregnant, her figure has not been affected at all. Bulma. Hearing the familiar voice, Bulma excitedly took off the sunscreen. She stood up and looked at Son Goku in front of her, with uncontrollable joy on her face. Son-jun, you are finally back. Son Goku nodded. The two hadn't seen each other for a long time. Looking at Bulma's attractive figure, it is inevitable that some inspiration came. Well, Bulma, I want to eat pudding. Hearing what Son Goku said, Bulma naturally had 2 red clouds on his face. About the pudding, only she and Son Goku understand it. It's just that she's pregnant now, so it's not very convenient, Bulma said shyly. Otherwise I'll eat it. That's good too. After a long time, Bulma's complexion was ruddy, a little exhausted. Quickly persuaded Son Goku to accept the magic power. It is said that a long absence is better than a new marriage, and this is true. But Bulma can't go any further, and Son Goku won't go too far either. Just looking at her white face and hair tips are a little dirty. Son Goku simply pulled her into the swimming pool. The private pool at Bulma's home is huge and deep. So when the two were swimming in the water, Son Goku did his best to feed milk. Finally, everything is over. Son Goku carried Bulma out of the water, and carefully placed him on the deck chair to rest. By the way, Bulma, why didn't you see Lan Chi and the others? Maybe I went shopping, I should be back soon. Bulma said, looking at Son Goku. This guy, maybe he hasn't. Soon, as Bulma's voice fell, several familiar voices sounded at the door. It was Lan Chi, Xiaowu and the others who came back. Goku. Goku. Xiaowu was the first to see Son Goku. He ran up quickly and hugged his left arm. Not to be outdone, Violet, who followed closely behind, stepped forward and hugged Son Goku's right arm. Lan Fang, who arrived at last, saw Bulma with a hard-working face, and secretly smiled. With an expression on his face that seems to understand everything. Hey, unfortunately, I don't know if we came back too early or too late. Seeing what Lan Fang said, Bulma hurriedly explained. How can I? Don't talk nonsense. Lan Fang pointed to Bulma's hair and said, really? But what is this on your hair? Where, how can there be? Bulma was so frightened that she ran into the room and looked at the mirror carefully several times. Nothing at all. And she clearly remembers it very clearly, she never leaks water when drinking. Lan Fang, you lied to me. Bulma came over. Bulma walked out of the room with a face of anger, and stepped forward to give Lan Fang a hard meal. Lan Fang was naturally unwilling. She escapes, she chases, she cannot fly without wings. When the two were having fun, Mei-Ra walked down the stairs slowly. I saw all about Bulma and Goku's crookedness just now. Hey, Mei-Ra, why didn't you go shopping with me? Bulma, it's broad daylight. Mei-Ra was wronged, but she recovered quickly and said with a smile. However, fortunately, we didn't go out, so we can see such a bold side of our Bulma. Hearing Mira's words, Bulma's face flushed, and she looked at Sunwald with a resentful face. Son Goku quickly changed the subject and talked about Turles and Dragon Ball. Only then did Mira seriously say, no wonder there have been earthquakes since just now. I thought it was Goku, you are already so strong. Ahem, it does have something to do with me, but it's not what you think. Son Goku touched his head, then looked at Bulma and said. Take out the Dragon Ball, I'm going to restore the ball to its original shape. Although earthquakes occur in many places on the surface of the earth at present. But in fact, the interior of the earth has already been sucked dry by the spirit tree. I'm afraid it won't be long before many lands on the earth will collapse. Bulma understood the seriousness of the matter, went into the house and took out the Dragon Ball. Come out, Shenron. 7 Dragon Balls shone brightly, and a green Shenron flew out of them. The sky over the entire western capital has become extremely dark. Again, Shenron looked at Son Goku and the others in front of him, a little silent. But it still has the basic qualities of a dragon, so it held back and said. Tell me what you want. Son Goku walked forward slowly. Shenron's big eyelids couldn't stop jumping every time he took a step. I want you to restore the earth to how it was before Turles planted the spirit tree, and at the same time strengthen the earth so that it is not easily destroyed. Shenron, forget it, look at your friendship with the gods. Shenron, I don't care about these things with you. After Shenron muttered in his heart, he began to exert his divine power, and his eyes shone brightly. Soon Son Goku's wish came true. The wish has come true, then we have a chance next time. Before Shenron finished speaking, he turned into a Dragon Ball and flew out in all directions. Obviously, it doesn't want to meet Son Goku again next time. This guy is overdrawing himself every time he wishes. With the disappearance of Shenron, the sky over the western capital was once again bright and sunny. It seems like nothing happened. Then Sun Jun, didn't you let us collect Dragon Balls to make a wish to survive in the universe? After all, you're going to that Namek with Fang Fang soon. Son Goku sighed, there is no way, who made Dallas come to Earth early. However, it is not without receipt. Son Goku took out the fruit of the spirit tree from his arms. Mira looked at the fruit in front of her, and felt a strong energy fluctuation. And I don't know why, there will be an urge to eat the fruit from the bottom of my heart. Goku, what is this? This is the fruit of the spirit tree. After you eat it, you will not only gain powerful combat power, but also greatly increase your vitality. I was full just now. Do you want to eat this? Bulma looked disgusted. This fruit doesn't look delicious at all. Seeing this, Son Goku continued lightly. Oh, by the way, there is one more thing I forgot to mention, this male tribe. As soon as Son Goku finished speaking, Bulma snatched it from him. Women, it is so real. You told her that eating the fruit of this spiritual tree can increase her life. And hardly any disease is plagued by it, which is of no use. But if you say this thing can beautify your face, it will be useful in an instant. But Bulma is pregnant now and will give birth in less than a few months. Just in case, it is recommended that she wait to eat after giving birth. As for the others, Lan Qi, Lan Fang, Xiao Wu, Violet, Mela, and Wu Fangfang are naturally one for each of them. In addition to the one reserved for Bulma, there are still 3 left, and I will use instant transmission to give Snake one later. He was thinking about how to deal with these fruits when he suddenly felt some splashes in the swimming pool. Son Goku was very alert and found it instantly. He turned around and looked. But what he saw floating out of the water was the mermaid whom he had a relationship with before. Why are you here? Son Goku was surprised, because it was at Bulma's house, so he didn't vent gas outside. I didn't realize there were people in the pool at all. Wasn't that just now? Son Goku suddenly realized that it was no wonder that when he was in the water just now, he felt that the position behind his waist was continuously attacked by numbness. I thought it was Bulma's tongue and cheek, so. Bulma remembered the mermaid, because of the surprise of Son Goku's sudden return. She forgot about it. 1 month after Son Goku left, the mermaid came to Bulma's house on her own initiative. Not for anything else, just because she is the princess of the mermaid clan. You can't leave the sea until you grow up to have legs and feet. But now she has not been able to change her feet for too long, so she spends most of her time in the swimming pool. After Son Goku realized it, he was very generous and gave her a fruit of the spiritual tree. The mermaid opened her cherry mouth and ate the fruit bit by bit. Soon her body was emitting a dazzling light. What's wrong with me? At this moment, the mermaid only feels that the level of her life has been improved. Her fishtails turned into 2 straight and slender thighs, lubricated like silk, beautiful and beautiful. But before it was too late to appreciate, everyone discovered a huge problem. That is, the fruit of the spirit tree does not produce clothes and pants. The mermaid flushed with embarrassment, and immediately dived into the swimming pool to hide. However, the mermaid was also pleasantly surprised to find that she can turn into a human form at any time now. The fruit of this spiritual tree is really amazing. In addition, other people also experienced more or less changes after taking it. People who practice martial arts such as Wu Fangfang and Mela, their fighting power has multiplied more than 10 times. Bulma showed envy on the side, feeling that the skin of the sisters in front of her has become fairer and smoother. It's a pity that she can't eat it yet, she asked. By the way, Goku, where did you get this thing? Oh, it's a friend of mine who traveled thousands of miles and came to Earth to give it to me. What a good friend you are. Thank him for me. I will if given the chance. In the twinkling of an eye, it was more than a year, Dragon Ball resumed use. Son Goku directly wished that his body could live and breathe in the universe. This time Shenron was also shocked. This guy didn't have the audacity to add the words, and, simultaneously, after the wish. Before Son Goku could remember, Shenron slipped away very quickly after fulfilling his wish. Son Goku directly flew towards the sky with flying technique. Flying all the way out of the atmosphere, outside the universe. He took a deep breath, and he didn't feel any discomfort at all. Now he is like some strange creatures in the universe. Never worry about the planet being exploded again. Although Earth is now enhanced, it's important to be careful. Son Goku, who returned to the ground, was very happy, and it happened that Bulma came out with a baby in his arms. This is Bulma's second child. At the strong request of Dr. Brive, name it Trunks. As for why it is called Trunks, there is a point involved here. Everyone in the Bulma family is named after underwear. Another meaning of Trunks is boy shorts. Similarly, the so-called Saiyan is also a very distinctive way of naming. Why did Frieza know Saiyan as soon as he heard Kakarot? It is because Saiyan is named after all vegetables. Kakarot means carrot, Vegeta means vegetable. Broly is cauliflower, Raditz is radish. That handful is vegetable leaves, Celepa is parsley. And so on, without exception. But Son Goku has no objection to the name chosen by the Bulma family. When the main one saw the child was born, the blue hair was very eye-catching. It has to be said that Irma's family genes are true. Then Son Jun, are you leaving for Namek? Bulma asked while coaxing the child. Son Goku nodded, this more than a year. He has completely mastered all the teachings of the King of the World, and has been fully recognized by him. Naturally, it is easy to get the coordinates of the new Namek. And the original spaceship was supposed to be the one that Wu Fangfang used for the galactic patrol. But I can't stand the good guy Turles. It's sending fruit and spaceship again. His spaceship is not only bigger, but also more fully functional. So under the top minds of Bulma, Dr. Brive and Chowder, Turles' ship was soon converted into a ship more suitable for Son Goku's operations. Not only the interior space is more than 500 square meters. There are bathrooms, kitchens, toilets, bedrooms, training rooms, game rooms and more. Son Goku also has to sigh, these people are really smart. While it's hard to get them to create something from nothing. But just by relying on the original spaceship, it can be explored like this. It's also pretty awesome. At the same time, in order to reduce the difficulty, there is even a voice control function. According to Bulma's calculation, it is estimated that about 5 days will be enough to travel from the Earth to the new Namek. When Son Goku asked Bulma if he wanted to go with him, Bulma smiled shyly and looked at Wu Fangfang, who just came back. For more than a year, Wu Fangfang was recalled by the Galaxy Patrol and assigned a mission. So even if I ate the fruit of the spirit tree, I almost never tried its other effect. But Bulma understands, 5 days, give the two of them a space. Enough to understand what it means to be energetic. What is Yuzan Yu Yang? What is indomitable? Son Goku originally went to Namek this time without any great danger. So when you go, it's the same as usual. Soon, under Wu Fangfang's control, the spacecraft that left Earth entered autopilot mode. Although there is a gravity mode in the training room to exercise. But it was only 5 days. Under the devastation of King Kai, I have already overcome the force of gravity 500 times. Wu Fangfang was surprised when she heard Son Goku mentioning King Kai. Unexpectedly, Wukong, you have been practicing with King Kai all along. Son Goku blinked, what's wrong? Don't you know, the Galaxy Patrol where I am is under the command of the Galaxy King. But the King of the Galaxy is not qualified in front of the King of the Realm. Son Goku nodded, never thought that the old guy who likes to tell bad jokes and does things a little bit out of line has such a high status. The two of them chatted again, only to realize that because they had taken the fruit of the spirit tree. Now Wu Fangfang's combat power has reached about 50,000. The North Milky Way is considered one of the best strengths. So naturally the task on him is much heavier. Especially recently, a huge evil organization named Frieza emerged. They have been wandering in the universe, doing evil things like selling planets. It is now slowly invading the northern galaxy, thus causing the destruction of many planets in this area. Son Goku reminded Wu Fangfang that with his current combat power, he can deal with ordinary universe people. But if it is a special high-ranking official of the Frieza Legion of the Genuit team, you still need to ensure your own safety first. Wu Fangfang reassured Son Goku that Bulma asked Son Goku to meet and chat at the Galaxy Patrol headquarters. For this matter, Son Goku naturally does not refuse anyone. But Bulma is extremely opposed, on the grounds that, I'm not ready yet. Son Goku doesn't know what Bulma needs to do to prepare for his meeting with Tazy. But since Bulma is holding back for now, he also happens to have other things to do. In the following days, it is natural to do serious things when it is time to do serious things. Kitchen, toilet, sofa, bathroom, training room. Naturally, this traditional battlefield has been completely unlocked. Wu Fangfang finally understood what the other function of the fruit of the spirit tree that Bulma said was. 5 days later, the universe spacecraft landed in Namek without incident. Son Goku stepped out of the spaceship, the entire planet in front of him was covered in green. Mostly grass with only a few trees. But these trees are the result of the efforts of the Namek people to plant them. Son Goku still has an impression of this. Wei Wei perceives that there are more than 100 breaths of life on this planet. It's very similar to Piccolo. Son Goku suddenly had an interesting incident. If it is not Saiyan Son Goku, but the Namek people. Is it possible to become infinitely stronger through reproduction? But then again, what fun is there in such a life? That's all. He looked at Wu Fangfang, who was a little bird and a person. It's better to make people and improve through your own efforts. Let's go. Fangfang. Son Goku sensed that the breath in the south direction is the strongest. Thinking over, there should be the position of the Great Elder. Son Goku directly cast flying technique with Wu Fangfang and flew over. In the house of the Great Elder Namek, a huge and old body slowly opened its eyes, and said lightly to itself, I feel two powerful auras coming to our planet, and they are flying towards us. A powerful breath. Neil, the guard in charge of the Elder's safety, frowned slightly. Does the Great Elder know who it is? The Great Elder closed his eyes and felt for a while, and the picture of Son Goku and Wu Fangfang flying appeared in his mind. One of them is an Earthling, and the other is a Saiyan. Saiyan. Neil clenched his fists when he heard the name. Saiyan is a notorious name in the universe, and the inhabitants of any planet hate this race. The Great Elder saw Neil's anger, and said, Don't worry, Naru, I can't perceive the hostility of these two people, I'm afraid they are different from the previous demihumans. But even though the Great Elder said so, Nailu still couldn't feel at ease. In his heart, Saiyan should be wiped out completely. Soon, Son Goku and Wu Fangfang arrived at the door of the Great Elder's house. Nailu stood in front of the two of them with an unfriendly expression on his face. Son Goku wasn't angry at all. This guy is currently Namek's strongest combat power. Has an astonishing value of 42,000 points. It is about 10,000 lower than Wu Fangfang. Son Goku walked forward slowly and said politely, Hello, we are here to meet the Great Elder for something. Chapter 91. Although Nailu was unwilling to let Son Goku and Wu Fangfang go in. But the vicissitudes of the voice of the Great Elder has already been heard in the room. Let them both in. Yes, because of hiding. Facing the orders of the Great Elder, Nailu did not dare to disobey. I had no choice but to let the two of them go in, and I kept watching from the sidelines. In case the two of them wanted to do anything that would be detrimental to the Great Elder, he would leave the village as soon as possible. Son Goku doesn't have any complaints about Nailu. After all, Saiyan's reputation is not very good. In the future, this new Namek will even be massacred by Vegeta, so that no one in a village can be resurrected. It's nothing to be misunderstood now. Son Goku and Wu Fangfang walked into the Great Elder's room slowly. The room was not very big, and sitting in front of Son Goku was the Big Elder with a bloated figure. Neil also followed in and stood beside the Great Elder. Welcome, Earthlings from far away and Saiyan. The Great Elder looked at the two people in front of him and showed a very kind smile. He is different from Neil, he has lived for a long time, and he naturally has different views on many things. Although Saiyan's crimes are heinous, he is not heinous. Strictly speaking, they can be regarded as being deceived and used by Frieza. The Great Elder always, 540, believes that even in Saiyan there will be some relatively kind and gentle people. Hello, Great Elder. Son Goku greeted very politely. The Great Elder nodded in satisfaction, and at the moment just now, he had read what Son Goku as Saiyan had done for Earth. This kid is indeed different from other Saiyans. Perhaps he can save the future of the coming crisis for the Namek people. According to the prediction of the Great Elder, in the near future, the Namek people will once again be threatened with annihilation. The one who can save them is a warrior with golden hair. In the mind of the Great Elder, the blonde warrior seemed very similar to the Son Goku in front of him. Come here, I know what your purpose of coming to Namek is. I can help you develop your potential, but I also hope that in the future you can help the Mika people to overcome difficulties. Son Goku nodded, naturally. Seeing Son Goku's face without the slightest hesitation, the Great Elder showed a relieved smile. Son Goku walked slowly in front of the Great Elder, and said, I'm ready. The Great Elder stared at the space in front of him, slowly mobilizing his abilities. A huge palm covered Son Goku's head. Then, an invisible white air wave slowly emerged from Son Goku's body. For a moment, Son Goku only felt that his body was very comfortable. It was as if every pore had been opened. He felt as if he had lost weight at this moment, floating in the white air current. It went on like this for about 10 seconds. Son Goku has been feeling the constant changes in his body. There seems to be a steady stream of power deep in the body slowly emerging. Whoosh! Finally, the power begins to explode. Son Goku's aura instantly began to rise and become stronger. Because he almost never used Saiyan's passive dying and strengthening skills. So the current Son Goku's strong potential is almost untapped. Therefore, the Great Elder was also very surprised. Unexpectedly, there are not so many energy zones in Son Goku's body. Perhaps, it is not certain that he can really save the future Namek people. Click click click. This feeling of empowerment, Son Goku shook his fist, from the inside out. He felt the release of every muscle in his body. At this very moment, the huge power that emerged was transmitted to every part of Son Goku. It's so amazing. Even Son Goku himself felt emotionally. Nailu, who was standing aside, was almost out of breath by the powerful air pressure. He seemed to have an involuntary feeling of wanting to kneel and surrender. This breath is too powerful. But Naru still gritted his teeth and insisted, he is the only warrior of the Namek people now. It will never be seen by outsiders, especially demihumans. Finally, potential development is over. Son, your potential at this stage has been fully developed. If you want to continue to develop, you have to constantly break through the bottleneck. The tone of the Great Elder is still not slow. Son Goku nodded, now he just wants to see how much his fighting power has reached. Open the panel. Current character attribute panel. Name, Son Goku. Combat power, 3,500,000. Children, 8. Skills, Kamehameha, Tenfold Kaioken, Flying Technique, Peach White Tongue Killing Martial Technique, 4 Body Fist, 4 Demon Fist, Instant Transmission, Giant Transformation, Chi Yuan / 1. Others, 1 Somersault Cloud that can sit on impure, cells excellent, 320 Fairy Beans. Quote question mark. The combat power has soared to 3.5 million. If he remembers correctly, before coming to the Namekians. Since Bulma gave birth to Trunks, his combat power has risen to about 1.8 million. In other words, after this wave of Great Elders develop their potential, Son Goku nearly doubled his fighting power. This is faster than practicing or even getting married and having children. But he also knows that this rapid improvement, it also has something to do with the fact that I have almost never used my potential. It is almost impossible to do this again in the future. Fangfang, try it too. Son Goku signaled Wu Fangfang to also try potential development. Although Wu Fangfang doesn't understand what's going on now. What development potential? She is confused. But what Son Goku said is always right. Besides, she can clearly feel that Son Goku's aura has become extremely powerful. Wu Fangfang stepped forward, and the Great Elder put his hand on her head. This time it's over soon. Wu Fangfang's combat power rose from 50,000 to about 60,000. Not much has changed. This was also expected by Son Goku. After all, she has eaten the fruit of the spirit tree, so there is almost not much potential left. The current 10,000 is estimated to be obtained from her one-year adventure in the universe later. By the way, Great Elder, the development of potential should not affect it. Son Goku asked. The Great Elder shook his head and said slowly, the potential is contained in your body. I'm just responsible for guiding it out, and it doesn't have much influence on me. Sure enough, seeing this, Son Goku smiled slightly, and then said. Then Great Elder, wait for me, I have a friend who wants you to develop it. After the Great Elder agreed, Son Goku put his finger on his forehead. 0. He is going to use instant transmission. Son Goku sighed, it's still too far from Earth. Even if my combat power has increased a lot now, I still can't feel the breath there. Wu Fangfang also understands that the position of the Namek people is after all at the very edge of the northern Milky Way. And the Earth is on the other side, the distance is of course very far away. But, Wu Fangfang suddenly remembered, she reminded Son Goku. By the way, don't you know Lord King Kai's aura? The location of the King of the Realm should be the most central place in the northern galaxy. Son Goku instantly understood what Wu Fangfang meant. Sure enough, after a short search, he sensed the aura of the King of the Realm. Whoosh! The figure of Son Goku disappeared directly in place. Naru was shocked again. Why did this guy disappear? But he couldn't express his surprise, let alone show curiosity. He still pretended to be nothing, guarding in front of the Great Elder. At this time, King Kai is driving a car happily. Son Goku suddenly appeared in front of him, and King Kai didn't have time to brake and hit him directly. This time, this broken car was directly hit and scrapped. Woo, Goku. King Kai was very angry. This is something he managed so hard to fix. Last time, Son Goku destroyed the car once when he hit Gurgly with a hammer. This time he managed to fix it, and Son Goku broke it again. Ah, sorry. Son Goku looked apologetic, and took advantage of the time when King Kai got off the car, and slipped away directly from instant transmission. Earth, Xidu, and the training ground of Villa Irma. Wuyuan, you can't just see with your eyes, you have to rely on your feelings. After Piccolo kicked Son Wuyuan away easily again, he wrapped his arms around him and taught him a lesson. Feeling, Son Wuyuan, who perfectly inherited the appearance of Son Goku and Bulma's genes, scratched his head thoughtfully. You have to sense the existence of Chi, so that you can keep up with my speed. Son Wuyuan nodded, pulled himself together, and stood up again. Come on, I'll move. Facing Piccolo's words, Son Wuyuan didn't hesitate, and directly flew to attack. Piccolo stood where he was, and easily blocked it with one hand. Faced with Son Wuyuan's continuous attack, Piccolo suddenly disappeared. Then he appeared beside Son Wuyuan, and kicked out. This time, Son Wuyuan's reaction was very quick, he opened his hands and directly blocked it. But still can't stand the strength of Piccolo. However, Son Wuyuan landed steadily on the ground after a burst of backflip in the air. Seeing Son Wuyuan's performance like this, Piccolo showed a trace of satisfaction. Yes, it seems that you have understood the perception of Chi. Really, it's great, so this is Chi. Okay, now it's time for you to train yourself. After Piccolo gave his orders, he was ready to walk towards the gravity room. This gravity chamber is the one previously used by Son Goku. It's just that he has rarely done gravity training recently, so he gave Piccolo to use. After Piccolo has trained Son Wuyuan every day, he will start gravity training. Now he can already overcome 60 times the force of gravity. Just as Piccolo was about to leave, Son Goku suddenly appeared. Yo, Piccolo, you are indeed here, I want to take you to a good place. Son Goku uses instant transmission with Piccolo, once again using King Kai as a platform. Goku, you idiot, what do you think of my majestic King Kai? Why can anyone come to me? King Kai is depressed. Son Goku doesn't seem to have any respect for him at all. But when he thought about relying on him to defeat the Rib Rice in the future. After that, he severely humiliated the king of the Western Realm, and he endured it. He began to talk to himself happily and joked, and began to repair the car. From time to time, King Kai could hear the sound of King Kai covering his mouth and smiling kindly. Namek, in the room of the Great Elder. Son Goku and Piccolo appear out of thin air. Looking at the exact same Namek people in front of him, Naru's eyes showed doubts. Even the Great Elder found it strange. How come there are Namek people on Earth? The Great Elder thought that Son Goku would bring back Earthlings. But I didn't expect it to be from Namek. Great Elder, this is the friend I was talking about. Friend, who is your friend? Although Piccolo felt that the scene in front of him was a bit unbelievable. But Green's face was still slightly red, and said stubbornly. Son Goku didn't care either, this fellow Piccolo looked tsundere. He told about the god of Earth and Dragon Ball. Naru finally couldn't help but said, impossible, I've never heard that there are Namek people on alien planets. What's more, it's such an excellent dragon clan like you said. After all, to hear Son Goku say, apart from this Piccolo, there is 1 out of 10 on Earth. And even among the Namek people, they are very rare people who can make Dragon Balls. Don't be rude, Naru. The Great Elder thought for a moment, then spoke slowly. He looked at the Piccolo in front of him, his eyes looked very deep, as if he remembered something from a long time ago. That's right, I understand. The Great Elder saw the past, and then continued to speak. Son, is your name Piccolo? If I'm not mistaken, you were sent to Earth 400 years ago. Piccolo looked a little surprised. Indeed, according to his memory, Piccolo began to endanger the world more than 300 years ago. 100 years before that, it was the process when the gods began to think of ways to separate from the evil in their hearts. Thus was born the Piccolo, and now the Piccolo. You are a descendant of Kadak. I didn't expect that child to come to Earth alive. The face of the great elder looked very relieved. After all, he was a Namek of the same age as him. Thank you, Son Goku, for bringing him back to Namek. The great elder expressed his heartfelt thanks to Son Goku. For all of this, Piccolo was somewhat disdainful. Ha, what nonsense are you talking about? I am Piccolo, the great demon king. It's an evil existence that wants to dominate the world. Everyone ignored Piccolo's outrageous remarks. Because he didn't have any murderous intent at all, it was just because he was shy and unwilling to admit that he suddenly had a family. Then Great Elder, Piccolo will be entrusted to you from now on. Son Goku said that he was going to take Wu Fangfang to leave together. Piccolo quickly shouted angrily, "Hey, Son Goku, don't you want to run away? Stop, I'm much stronger now." Well, that's true. Son Goku smiled slightly after finishing speaking. Then he directly used instant transmission to bring Wu Fangfang to King. We meet again, Lord Kai. Hey, you are the legendary King Kai. When Wu Fangfang saw King Kai for the first time, she thought he was a scary guy. But he didn't expect his face to look very gentle. HMPH, that's right, I am the greatest realm king. King Kai said halfway, and suddenly realized something. I've told Goku several times, don't bring anyone here casually, and ask for my permission in the future. Okay, I know King Kai. It was just Son Goku's playful smile. It was obvious that he didn't listen to it at all. But, Goku, why is the king of the realm so stupid? Wu Fangfang's opening stunned both Son Goku and King Kai. Especially the king of the world, with a shocked expression on his face. How could my little secret be discovered by mere earthlings? This is impossible. Wu Fangfang blinked her innocent eyes, and then explained. What's wrong with you guys? I mean, why is this king planet so small? King Kai let out a long breath, and was about to explain why. It's because of that skinny grown-up with only ribs left. But Son Goku didn't bother to listen, and had already left with Wu Fangfang. Realm King. Looking at the backs of the two leaving, King Kai muttered to himself. Goku, to be honest, what do you think of me as the king of Kai? Son Goku and Wu Fangfang appeared in Xidu. Not far from the two of them, it was Sun Wuyuan who was practicing. Among the children now, only Wuyuan wants to become a martial artist like Son Goku. Several other children have other hobbies. In this regard, Son Goku did not force it, but because of the Saiyan gene. Even if they don't exercise much, these children's physical fitness is stronger than that of ordinary people. Sun Wuyuan also noticed Son Goku and Aunt Fangfang, and quickly said, Dad, why are you back? Son Goku stepped forward and pampered Sun Wuyuan's head, and said with a smile. Wuyuan, from now on, Dad will teach you martial arts, okay? Really? Sun Wuyuan was very happy. Because before this, Son Goku has been very busy. Seeing Son Goku nodded, Sun Wuyuan suddenly said, By the way, where's Uncle Piccolo? Well, Piccolo went to another place to practice, it may take a while before he comes back to see you. Sun Wuyuan nodded obediently, he was relieved knowing that Piccolo was safe. In the days that followed, Son Goku spent more time with his family. Even if he is teaching Sun Wuyuan, he will take other children to play in the amusement park from time to time. He fulfilled his responsibilities as a father. Of course, Son Goku is not completely idle. Now he has more than 3 million combat power, and he has reached the threshold of transforming into a Super Saiyan. So Son Goku has been groping for a way to become Saiyan. According to his memory, there are 2 ways to transform Saiyan. One is extreme anger, such as letting Kling die. But now it seems that it is definitely unrealistic. Even if Keelan died in front of him, Son Goku also felt that he would not be angry. Another way is to focus on the back. Son Goku tried several times intermittently, but always ended up stuck between the white gas flame and the golden gas flame. It seems to be just a little bit worse. Son Goku thought about it, maybe it has something to do with his current S cells. In this regard, he is also very open, and there is no rush for this matter. Why do you think so much? How about trying to make people better? In the blink of an eye, it has been more than a year. Earth, a farm, a round universe spaceship from outside the universe has landed here from the sky. As the hatch of the universe spacecraft slowly opened, Raditz gradually woke up from hibernation. Finally here, is this the Earth Vegeta was talking about? Raditz slowly floated up. Unexpectedly, the gravity here is 10 times smaller than that of planet Vegeta. He is extremely confident at this time, with a feeling of a beast descending the mountain. HMPH, Vegeta told me to be careful when I came here, but I don't think so. Mere Kakarot, if he doesn't come with me, I'll break his hands and feet. Raditz looked very confident. Beep, beep, beep. The combat detector on his cheek quickly detected a living person nearby. That was the middle-aged uncle who drove over after seeing the universe spaceship crash. He also held a rifle in his hand, looking very cautious. Raditz took a look, and the combat detector in front of him locked on the middle-aged man. Soon, the fighting power of this uncle was given. Combat power 5, Raditz said contemptuously. Sure enough, it's a garbage planet, and it's actually a scumbag with only 5 combat power. After Raditz snorted coldly, he cursed and said, "What the hell is this guy Kakarot doing? Why hasn't such a small planet been destroyed for so many years? Just for this kind of thing, Vegeta actually asked me to come in person." Raditz was very upset. Vegeta, who was out before, didn't know what happened. When he captured the planet, he was beaten to the brink of death by a Saiyan. After returning, his personality changed drastically. Start to think of ways to practice and become stronger. Later, I finally felt that I could do it again, and when I wanted to take revenge. But found that Saiyan finally disappeared on the earth. That's why Vegeta sent Raditz here. Thinking of me, Mr. Raditz, as an errand runner. He was naturally very upset in his heart, and with a wave of his hand, when he was going to kill the middle-aged uncle in front of him, a figure appeared in front of him, and blocked the blow. "Hello, Raditz, I've been waiting for you for a long time." Looking at Son Goku in the yellow martial arts uniform in front of him, and his signature Saiyan hairstyle, Raditz recognized it at a glance. Kakarot. Kakarot. Son Goku smiled, without denying it. Beep beep. The combat detection instrument in front of Raditz showed that Son Goku's combat power at this time was no more than 10 points. Raditz looked up and down Kakarot in front of him, his eyes were a little strange. Even if this guy is a low-level fighter, he shouldn't have only 10 points in combat power. Kakarot, why is your combat power so low? And what's going on with this planet? Son Goku didn't answer these, but said in a calm tone. Raditz, I advise you to leave Earth. What? How dare you talk to my brother with such an attitude? Raditz couldn't stand hearing Son Goku's words like this. He was already carrying a bag in front of Vegeta. Ha! Will this be used as a grandson in front of you, Kakarot? Raditz is about to start. Give Son Goku a little Saiyan shock. Now he has undergone special training. Combat strength has risen to a terrifying 3,000 points. At this moment, the combat detection device in front of Raditz responded again. Another 3 life forms are approaching here quickly. Raditz looked at the battle values displayed. The combat power is 150, the combat power is 170, and the combat power is no matter what. What? It's all rubbish. Raditz was in no hurry, waiting for the arrival of the other 3 junks. Soon, it was Tien Shinhan, Yamcha, and Keelan who appeared here. They looked at Son Goku at the side, and said with some depression. What? It turns out that you are here, Goku. If we knew you were here, we would not have come. Son Goku looked at the 3 people in front of him and praised. The 3 of you seem to have become a lot stronger again. Of course, we also ask the gods to build us a gravity room for each person. Although it is not as exaggerated as you can reach 500 times, but the current 50 times the gravity is still possible. Quote? At this time, Raditz listened to the chat of the 4 people in front of him with a look of confusion. 50 times what? 500 times what? Isn't that stuff already exaggerated by 10 times? You must be lying to me. With their scumbag fighting power, how can they overcome gravity more than 50 times? Raditz originally wanted to take Son Goku back because of his own experience. But now it seems that there is no need for this at all, only to kill Kakarot with his own hands. Then sell the planet to make up for the time lost on this trip. Raditz directly raised his hand, and the shock wave of the first sun was released towards Son Goku mercilessly. Boom! The powerful shock wave raised countless dust, blocking everyone's sight. HMPH, has it turned into fly ash? It's really vulnerable. The dust dissipated, and sure enough there was nothing but a deep pit. Just as Raditz was laughing wildly, Son Goku's voice came from midair. Then Raditz will be handed over to you. Well, I still have something to do, so I will send this person home first. Son Goku floated in midair intact. On his shoulders was the middle-aged uncle with only 5 fighting strength. The moment Raditz waved out the light wave, the uncle was already frightened and fainted. After greeting Krillin and others, Son Goku flew away. Kakarot, are you trying to run away? Raditz thought it was just an accident. It doesn't make sense that Kakarot, who has only 10 fighting power, can escape the trick just now. You must be not serious. Kakarot, it's useless wherever you go. When I kill these people, I'll kill you. Raditz looked at the direction where Son Goku was going away, and the combat detection equipment verified it again. Kakarot's combat power is indeed only 10 points. Krillin, Tien Shinhan, how about giving this guy to me? Yamcha took the initiative to Shenqing to play. The training in the Tianshan Temple in the past few years has suffocated him. Originally, he could still beat Kling and Dumplings. But later, Jiaozi gave up martial arts directly. Instead, learned superpowers from the gods. And Keelan was even more outrageous, surpassing himself in less than a year. So in the next days, whether it's against Kling or against Tien Shinhan, it was Yamcha who was beaten. To sum it up in one sentence, both humans and ghosts are on show, only Yamcha is being beaten. Now that a sandbag has finally come, why should he, Yamcha, volunteer? Keelan and Tien Shinhan didn't care either, after all, in their opinion. Raditz's current fighting power completely makes them not even the slightest bit interested. Then it's up to you, Yamcha. Hey, thank you, Yamcha said happily. Raditz saw how these 3 people didn't take themselves seriously. His face was extremely gloomy. HMPH, what do you think of me, Mr. Raditz? Go to hell. This time, Raditz didn't spare any effort. With more than 3,000 combat powers, a huge light wave was emitted. With its power, it is enough to easily destroy a huge city. Seeing the light wave in front of him, Yamcha showed a trace of disdain, and said lightly. Is that all? Thanks to you, this guy is still a Saiyan. I saw the air bomb hit Yamcha directly, not even breaking his clothes. How is this possible? Raditz was stunned. Beep, beep, beep. In front of Yamcha's combat power began to rise rapidly. 300, 500, 1,000, 3,000. It quickly surpassed Raditz, and finally stayed at 10,000 points of combat power. Yamcha wiped his fingers in front of his nose, and said proudly. Hey, let me, Master Yamcha, only use 1/3 of my strength to play with you. Needless to say, a unilateral beating. Raditz is suffering, in planet Vegeta he is the best one. If you have nothing to do, you have to be beaten by Vegeta, Nappa, and even the rest of Frieza's army. On Earth, I never imagined that I would have to be beaten. But, Raditz's face was swollen like a pig's head, and he wiped the blood from his nose. Anger and dissatisfaction filled his body, but only Yamcha kept punching and kicking him. Spike Fang Fung Fang Fist. New Spike Wind Fist. 10 Wolf Fist. Wolf Bite. The white wolf spreads its wings. The black wolf digs out his heart. The old wolf steals peaches. Yamcha did all his tricks, on Raditz. It can only be said that the picture is unbearable. In the end, even Tien Shinhan and Krillin couldn't stand it anymore. Yamcha just gave Raditz a kick. Seeing Raditz with only one breath left, Yamcha said. For the sake of you being Son Goku's brother, get the hell out of the earth. After the 3 left, Raditz slowly got up. Looking at myself who is already out of shape. He couldn't swallow this breath no matter what. Kakarot, since I can't kill you, I'll kill your whole family. I heard that you are already married and have children on this planet. Raditz smiled sinisterly, and returned to the universe spaceship. There is a simple recuperation cabin. Although not fully recovered. But it can also restore Raditz to at least the level of 1500 combat power. Ha ha ha, when I kill your wife and children, you can cry bitterly, Kakarot. Ah, what's wrong, Wuyuan? Bulma looked at Wuyuan in front of him. Today is the day to take him out to play, will you sneeze after eating ice cream? Bulma is also a little helpless, didn't he say that Saiyan is very strong? Wuyuan scratched his nose and said with a smile, Mom, it's all right, it's just a sudden itchy just now. You little guy, anyway, you are not allowed to eat ice cream today. Mother. When Sun Wuyuan and Bulma were saying hello, a figure quickly rushed towards them. At a speed like a ghost, ordinary people can't react at all. It was Raditz who made a surprise attack. He came to Xidu Qian Li's. After spending a lot of time, I finally found Son Goku's wife Bulma and Sun Wuyuan. This time is really an excellent time to strike, after a while, one hit will kill. He will flee this planet in no time. Raditz thinks beautifully, yes. When his figure was about to touch Bulma, Sun Wuyuan had already blocked Bulma. HMPH, kid, since you want to die, let's kill you first. Raditz's attack didn't stop, but used all the time. Boom, all the bones in Raditz's body were broken in an instant. He flew out of the center of Xidu directly. What's the situation? At this moment, he was lying on the ground, unable to even move. What happened to that kid? Raditz recalled what happened just now. When he was clearly about to succeed, he was suddenly kicked away by Sun Wuyuan. At that moment, the combat power detector actually judged that the brat's combat power was 5,000 points. There was also that woman, who seemed to have no understanding of fighting at all. But the combat power actually has a terrifying 8,000 points of combat power. The moment he got close and found out just now, his legs trembled. The Earth, to what hell on earth? Now Raditz just wants to go home. Distant universe, Namek. Although the area of this planet is 10 times larger than that of the Earth, life is very rare. Rocky, lakes are almost everywhere. Piccolo has been here for more than a year, and he is sitting cross-legged on a pile of rocks. The eyes that had been closed all the time suddenly lit up. Rumble. The stones around Piccolo's body rose one after another with Piccolo's breath. Even the solid stones under him couldn't resist Piccolo's breath at this time, and they exploded one after another. Aha! Piccolo shouted angrily, and all the breath in his body surged out instantly. This huge ability surrounded Piccolo like a tornado. Then Piccolo actually floated in the air. This time, he didn't even use the flying technique. With this strong suction, the gravel around is hovering together and flying around. Then after he took a deep breath, everything around him returned to normal. Brother Naru, what is Piccolo doing there? A young Namek named Tien Tien tugged at Naru's arm and asked him. Nailu touched Tien Tien's head, his eyes were full of doting. He is practicing. Can you practice while sitting there? Naru nodded, remembering when Piccolo first came here. He could still have a trick or two with Piccolo then. But soon, in less than 2 months, Naru is no match for Piccolo anymore. What's more, Piccolo, whose potential has been developed by the Great Elder. The strength gap between the two has become even wider. To be honest, Nailu still felt a little reconciled. Until then he was Namek's mightiest warrior. But there is no way. The gap in strength and talent between the two sides is really too big. In just over a year, Piccolo has undoubtedly broken through the limit again and again. And he's a role king from Earth. Every day besides practice is practice. These Nailu all see in the eyes. So he was relieved very quickly, and the Great Elder also said. The crisis that Namek will encounter in the future will also need Piccolo's help. Piccolo, who had closed her eyes for a long time, finally opened them. He glanced at Tien Tien and Nailu's direction and left without saying anything. Piccolo, where are you going? Faced with Tien Tien's questioning, Nailu had a premonition in his heart. The Great Elder had told him that one day, Piccolo would leave Namek. Sure enough, in the room of the Great Elder. Are you leaving here, Piccolo? The Elder's tone was still unhurried, very gentle. Apparently he was also prepared. Piccolo said indifferently, now I have reached my limit, and I have no chance to break through in Namek. That's the way it is, I'm going back to Earth. After Piccolo finished speaking, he left without looking back. When he walked out of the door, Nailu had just rushed over. Great Elder. The Great Elder Bad shook his head lightly and said with a smile. Piccolo's coming to say hello to me means that deep down in his heart he agrees that he's part of the Namek people. It's just a pity, if he can find himself again and become one, what a powerful and wise warrior he will be. The Great Elder also closed his eyes after he finished speaking, and now he already felt that his lifespan was coming to an end. Earth, West out. Raditz, who was kicked by Sun Wuyuan to the point of scrapping his whole body, was struggling but still couldn't move. He has been lying here all day. According to this situation, it is estimated that it will not take half a day to barely act. Then hurry back to planet Vegeta. It's better to be scolded by Vegeta than to be bullied here. Just as Raditz was thinking like this, a huge spaceship in the sky suddenly landed in front of his eyes. Why does this spaceship look like Saiyan's spaceship? Raditz looked at the spaceship in front of him, both familiar and unfamiliar. Soon, the spaceship landed, and Piccolo came out of it. He had a green face and looked very unhappy. What kind of junk spaceship? It's actually set the wrong position. Then Piccolo suddenly felt the breath of Raditz. He flew to Raditz. You from Namek. Raditz recognized. The Piccolo in front of you is the Namek people and you can't be wrong. He was going to risk the lives of the people of Namek to save him. But before Raditz opens his mouth, Piccolo is already one step ahead. What? I thought who it was, it turned out to be trash. Piccolo sent out a wave of light, and Raditz died so badly that he couldn't die anymore. Quote? Raditz couldn't understand what was going on. Piccolo changed nothing else. Killing Raditz is easier than trampling an ant to death. Where's Son Goku? I can't wait to fight him. After sensing the breath of Son Goku, the Piccolo head flew away without looking back. No one will know that on this unknown hill, Saiyan, who was notorious for a long time, unexpectedly died here aggrieved. The depths of the endless universe. Vegeta and Nappa on a planet with lush vegetation. The aliens here are like praying mantises, but at this moment they are piled up like a mountain of corpses. Vegeta, are we going to Earth? The bald Nappa spat, and asked Vegeta carefully. After thinking for a moment, Vegeta said indifferently, Kwang. Hey, I knew you couldn't swallow this breath. Nappa, with nothing but destruction in his head, seemed very excited. I just love invading human life planets. Northern bug planets are so much more fun. Vegeta snorted coldly, for a brainless Saiyan like Nappa who only knows about fighting. He despises it from the bottom of his heart. But there is no way, although he is the Prince of Saiyan in name. But the only thing I can use besides Nappa is a Raditz. There is no choice at all. Nappa, have you forgotten? Judging from the information sent back by Raditz, there are super soldiers on Earth with a combat power exceeding 10,000. Facing Vegeta's words, Nappa didn't take it seriously at all. He smiled and said, Hey, a super soldier who broke through 10,000. I don't believe it. It must be that Raditz didn't repair the combat effectiveness detector properly, and something went wrong at a critical moment. A waste like him who can only cultivate more than 3,000 people will kneel down and beg for mercy when he sees someone with a slightly higher combat power. Apparently, in Saiyan's circle of contempt, Raditz is always the bottom one. It's a pity that he didn't have the chance to prove himself as Super Saiyan. Otherwise he must let Vegeta and Nappa understand. What is Super Saiyan 1? Labor and capital directly Super 3 forms. Vegeta didn't say anything more. He didn't bother to explain to Nappa. For King Vegeta, who has always been considered handsome and intelligent, and a genius in Saiyan, he wouldn't think that breaking through 10,000 combat power was all due to a malfunction of the combat power detector. So at this time Vegeta was very curious. Earth, such a low-level planet. A trash race with an average combat power of less than 5. Why is there an existence with a combat power exceeding 10,000? And that Kakarot, why when I heard this name, do you have the urge to kill him right away? But I should have never seen him before. Vegeta shook his head. He really wanted to know. What are the unknown secrets on Earth? It can make the combat power of the garbage Earthlings reach the level of 10,000 points. In other words, even people on Earth can reach 10,000. Then replace yourself and still not take off. Maybe I can really become that legendary Super Saiyan. Vegeta thought about it, a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. At that time, even Frieza may have to kneel at his feet. Super Saiyan, in the mouth of his father who passed away. It is the proudest honor of the Saiyan family. As long as you can achieve Super Saiyan, then Vegeta will be an invincible existence in the universe. Decided, this trip is not allowed. However, Vegeta thought of something interesting. Dodoria recently heard that the latest type of cultivator has been developed. It's better to take this thing with you when you go to Earth this time. Now Vegeta really wants to see how much the limit of these so-called Earthlings is. What? Son Goku isn't here now. Piccolo looked depressed. He managed to get back on the spaceship that Son Goku and Wu Fangfang stayed in Namek before. Isn't the reason for fighting with Son Goku and giving him a hard lesson. Turns out this guy wasn't there. Where did Son Goku go? Not long ago, Chi-Chi found Son Goku. Tell him Ox King's castle is on fire again. Son Goku was also puzzled. Why is it always the Bull Demon King's castle is on fire? Can't you change the place? But the complaints belong to the complaints, this father-in-law still has to be saved. Son Goku performed instant transmission. He directly rescued the Bull Demon King who was trapped in the castle. Then when I was about to use Kamehameha to put out the fire like when I was a child. But I found that the fire seemed very different this time, no matter what I did, it couldn't be extinguished. Even blown out by Kamehameha, it will still burn again. Son Goku remembered. Could this be the fire of Taishang Laojun's gossip furnace? This kind of fire does not solve the source of the gossip furnace. It cannot be destroyed no matter what. Son Goku and Ox King and Chi-Chi made it clear. Chi-Chi also suggested that Ox King might as well take this opportunity to move to Xidu to live together. Anyway, Goku's house is big. The sound insulation effect is also very good. Not intrusive at all. Ox King shook his head. The treasure in this bull castle is fine. But many things are memories of him and Chi-Chi's mother. He was reluctant to leave here. That's what my husband said when I saw him. What else can Son Goku do? Besides, he was a bit interested in the Taishang Laojun in Dragon Ball. You like leaking so much, don't you? See if I don't block you tightly, strictly. Hearing that Son Goku is going to the Marble Mountains to find the Taishang Laojun. Both Ox King and Chi-Chi looked surprised. But Goku. You don't know where the Five Elements Mountain is. How to get there? Son Goku smiled slightly. I don't know, but there is one person who knows. Who is it? Master Roshi's older sister, Grandma Divination. Ox King's eyes lit up and he remembered. If it was her, indeed, they might know where the Five Elements Mountain is. Son Goku left Chi-Chi to take care of Ox King. According to the size of the bullock, it shouldn't be a big problem if the fire burns for another whole day. Since there is no breath of divination mother-in-law, Son Goku could only fly to where she lived. Looking at the luxurious and huge palace in front of you, Son Goku muttered to himself, this guy cheated all these years by divination. No, he made a lot of money. Son Goku just fell from the sky. An old lady sitting in a crystal ball floated out of the house. It seems that Son Goku has long been expected to come. This divination mother-in-law is different from what I imagined. Not only well-dressed, dressed in bright red and willow green clothes. Her wrinkled face is still painted with rouge and gouache. It looks a little ridiculous. What's more, Son Goku saw it. Even the round crystal ball under her was wiped and looked brand new. Strange, Master Roshi didn't come again today. Who is she dressing up for? Son Goku swallowed, and made a bold guess. Soon, this conjecture was confirmed. Goku, you came to me to ask how to get to Marble Mountain, right? The divination mother-in-law even purposely spoke with her throat closed. Don't be so awkward. Dead clip. Even Son Goku who is so powerful now. I also couldn't stop the goosebumps all over my body. No, even if Son Goku from the original manga came here. This is not the case either. Then, what? Take the place, mother-in-law. Son Goku stuttered a little because of the divination mother-in-law. Why do you call it so foreign? You can just call him Xiao Zan Zan. Grandma, please respect yourself. What? You let my mother-in-law move by myself. Grandma divination, respecting others is also respecting yourself. Son Goku was a little helpless. Seeing that the divination mother-in-law is getting closer and closer, who can stand it? In the past, he was the one who took advantage of others. When did this happen? My target is Taishang Laojun, not you. Seeing this, Son Goku wanted to solve the problem as soon as possible, so he stopped pretending and said directly. That divination mother-in-law, I know the rules here, call all your subordinates, I will fight back. The divination mother-in-law did not speak, but sat around Son Goku in a crystal ball. He looked at it with glints in his eyes, and then he opened his mouth and said. That was the old rule, it's too early now. Changed, now how can you tell me how to get to Marble Mountain? It's very simple, marry me. Looking at Son Goku's speechless look, the divination mother-in-law said angrily. Why, you still dislike my old lady? I think my old lady was beautiful when she was young. Just Ox King from Bulberg and your grandpa's son Gohan, which one doesn't run after my ass all day long? The divination mother-in-law even took out a mirror while talking. And a few touches of foundation. Now Son Goku can't stand it anymore. If you really don't want to say it, then it's the same when I go to Shenron. Seeing how Son Goku refuses to marry him no matter what, the divination mother-in-law stopped pretending, and just wanted to see her. Then change the conditions, I'll tell you the location, you give me 100 million. Son Goku looked at the divination mother-in-law who had money in her eyes. Only then did I finally understand. Good guy, playing scheming here. This is her real purpose. But Son Goku didn't care too much. All he needs now is money. Son Goku directly instant transmission to find Bulma. Bulma, do you have any money now? Wait online, it's urgent. Why is Jun-sun short of money to spend? It's just that I don't have much left. Bulma found it in the bag next to the bed. There are 7 or 8 bank cards inside. Bulma took out a random one. Here, there should be around 100 million for each card here. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. This is not much. Son Goku can only sigh with emotion, who said that soft rice is not delicious. There is no way, there is nothing to repay, he can only step forward to pay back with his body. Had a hard time talking to Bulma. When Bulma was a child lying rosy on the bed, she suddenly remembered, did Piccolo have something to convey to Son Jun? It's just that at this time Son Goku has cast instant transmission and left. Here is the 3 do not eat. Son Goku handed over the bank card to the divination mother-in-law. The divination mother-in-law looked joyful, and directly put the card into her arms. Of course she believed that Son Goku would not lie to her. After all, he has the richest man in the world as his wife. Isn't there a pattern like this? By the way, Goku, is the password of this card my birthday? Asked the fortune teller with a red face. If this is replaced by someone else, already been directly coerced by Son Goku. But the divination mother-in-law is Master Roshi's sister after all. And his wife Wu Fangfang is also Master Roshi's younger sister. There is still a relationship between the inside and the outside. Seeing Son Goku's unbearable look, the divination mother-in-law finally restrained herself, and said with a smile on her face. You guys really can't take a joke. Okay, old lady, I'll take you there right now. The 5 Elements Mountain is in the underworld. To get there, you have to go through the road to the underworld. Only I can send you there. The divination mother-in-law collected money to do the work, and directly took Son Goku to the front of a gate. Goku, you keep going along this road. Don't stop until you come to the end of this road, where the Taishang Laojun and Bagwalu are located. Son Goku nodded, then thoughtfully said, by the way, your card is 300 million, and you have to pay me back 200 million. Now it's the fortune-telling mother-in-law's turn to be confused. I didn't expect rich people to be so stingy. The 100 million to 200 million people still care about themselves. Fortunately, she was prepared and took out 2 things from her body. They are the eggshell of the swallowing bird and star anise honey. Don't say that I only take money and don't do anything. These 2 things are very precious. You will definitely need it when you need to repair the Bagua furnace. Son Goku nodded, she was right. Otherwise, it's really hard to get these things. After all, these 2 things are priceless. No matter how rich you are, you can't buy it. Unless you are looking for a divination mother-in-law to buy it. Son Goku didn't stop all the way, just flew over directly. There are many ghost warriors along the way. But Son Goku doesn't care at all. These things do not threaten themselves in the slightest. Looking at the back of Son Goku going away, the divination mother-in-law covered her face and said shyly, "Hey, it's a pity, if it's really young, it's 200 or 300 years old. Maybe Goku will fall madly in love with me, or not." Son Goku soon flew to the end of the road. There is also a gate here. An old man in a Fahrenheit costume was guarding the door. Son Goku recognized it at a glance. Isn't this man Son Goku's grandfather Son Gohan? It's just my current identity. What should I say? Forget it, Gohan has raised Son Goku for so many years after all. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to pass through, right? Besides, today I have to do something very sorry for him. It's not too bad to call Grandpa. Grandpa Gohan. Son Goku fell down, Taguchi shouted. The old man was surprised. You know me? Son Goku revealed his identity. Only then did Son Gohan suddenly realize. Unexpectedly, in a blink of an eye, the child I picked up at the beginning has grown so tall now. Son Gohan stepped forward and patted Son Goku's strong body, and said with some relief. I didn't expect you to grow up so much in these years. I almost didn't recognize it. Then Son Gohan talked a lot about Son Goku's childhood. Although the current Son Goku has not experienced many of the things he said. But he could tell that Son Gohan was genuinely happy. All right, as long as you are happy now. However, there is one thing that really touched Son Goku. This is why Son Gohan died so early. Or because he was trampled to death after being turned into a gorilla by the young Son Goku. Unexpectedly, he didn't even mention it. It seems that I really can't bear to make Son Goku feel guilty for this. Of course, Son Gohan also asked about Son Goku after his death. So Son Goku told the story of Bulma coming to Bowsy Mountain to find Dragon Ball. It was a long story about Dragon Ball's adventures. Listening to his story, Son Gohan also smiled gratifiedly. So, Goku, you not only found a good wife, but also a bunch of good friends. If that's the case, Grandpa will feel relieved. By the way, do you have any children? Sure enough, the 3 words the old man said were not urging marriage. Just on the way to urge the kids. To learn that Son Goku not only has children. There are still several hours. Son Gohan couldn't be happier. If you have the opportunity, you must ask for leave and go to Yangjian to have a look. Until Son Goku said that he also had a child with Ox King's daughter Chi-Chi. When also called Son Gohan. Son Gohan in front of him was silent for the first time. That, Goku, I think you named him Son Gohan, to remember me. After a long time, Son Gohan finally thought about it. Son Goku nodded without denying it. At least Son Goku in the original manga should have the right idea. After the two chatted, Son Gohan doesn't bother with this matter anymore. After all, he's a dead man. Why can't you be angry? By the way, Goku, you came here specially this time, you shouldn't just look at me, right? Son Goku then told about the Ox King Cattle Castle. Son Gohan frowned slightly after hearing this, and said in a somewhat embarrassed way. I'm afraid things are not as simple as you think. You must know that this flame is not affected by ordinary flames, it is the flame in the 8 diagrams furnace. That stove is owned by the Taishang Laojun, and even I have no right to intervene. Son Goku was speechless in his heart. Do you think I don't know that you are the one who showed the gate to Taishang Laojun for her beauty? Do I still expect you, a licking dog, to do something? But Son Goku still pretended not to know and asked. Taishang Laojun, who is she? Taishang Laojun is the manager and ruler of this place, and everything here is in charge of her. If you want to extinguish the fire that suddenly appeared on Niubao Mountain, you must obtain the consent of the Supreme Lord. Of course Son Goku knows Taishang Laojun. I also know that this guy is still a big beauty. Son Goku said impatiently, then go, take me to see him. Oh, don't look at me like this. I urged you because I was worried that my father-in-law's Ox King's beef castle would be burnt down. You don't want your junior brother Ox King to grow old without a place to live, do you? Son Gohan felt that Son Goku seemed to have a good point. He didn't think too much, and walked inside with Son Goku. I saw that the interior is a very huge space. In the middle there is a huge boiler in front. Same as the memory of the previous life. This so-called Bagua stove is not much different from the boiler in the kitchen. Son Gohan let Son Goku stay where he is. Wait. He went to find Taishang Laojun. After speaking, Son Gohan walked further inside alone. Not long after, a huge shadow appeared beside the wall. Xiao Fanfan said someone is looking for me. It's been a long time since I've had a stranger come here. After finishing speaking, this huge figure also came out from behind the gossip stove. It was a tall woman, and Son Gohan followed closely behind her. Sure enough, just like in the comics, this Taishang Laojun is not only a woman, but also very beautiful. It can be said that it is not inferior to any woman in Dragon Ball. Hey, you look pretty handsome. Taishang Laojun saw Son Goku clearly in front of her. The light and strong guy was quite in her eyes. Hello, my name is Son Goku, I don't know your name. Bold, Goku, how can you ask what is the name of Lord Taishang Laojun? Son Gohan hastily reminded and said respectfully to Taishang Laojun. This Son Goku is my junior, please don't take offense. Unexpectedly, Taishang Laojun didn't look angry at all. On the contrary, I find it quite novel. Thousands of years have passed, and I have never met such a direct and interesting person. Hello, Son Goku, my name is Anning. Oh, Miss Anning, Son Goku said with a smile. Now Son Gohan is anxious and angry. What's urgent is that Son Goku doesn't know any rules. How can he call the name of the Supreme Lord? What makes him angry is that after so many years, he only now knows that the beauty in front of him is called Ning. It's alright, there's no need to say polite words. Goku, what are you doing here? While talking, Ning raised her hands. She stretched a lot, apparently just woke up from sleep. It's just that her stretching made Son Goku and Son Gohan stupefied. It can only be described as big. Ahem, of course I'm here to do something serious. Son Goku told the ins and outs of the matter again. And Ning blinked her eyes, then walked to the gossip stove. I saw her put out a hand on the stove surface. Under slight perception. Sure enough, it was found that it was exactly as Son Goku said. The gossip stove is leaking. It's no wonder that the firepower of this stove is always not so interesting to cook instant noodles recently. And Ning frowned, she also just discovered this problem. If you want to solve this problem, you must have the eggshell of the swallowing bird and star anise honey. 0. It's just that the fire-eating bird seems to be extinct. And Ning sighed, and she couldn't do anything about it. Son Goku took out 2 things that the divination mother-in-law gave him earlier. And Ning was overjoyed when she saw the back. I didn't expect you to even have the eggshells of a fire-eating bird. This kind of bird is already extinct. But soon, Ning became a little distressed again. The eggshells of the fire-swallowing bird and the star anise honey are not enough. One more person has to enter the alchemy furnace. You must know that the flame in the gossip furnace is not an ordinary flame. Ordinary people can't bear it at all. Son Goku volunteered directly after seeing this. Fill holes, I'm a professional. Only then did Ning feel the powerful aura from Son Goku. The power of this breath seems to be able to kill himself at will with just raising his hand. The strength of this man named Son Goku is really terrifying. And Ning thought inwardly, the next thing is very simple. And Ning directly enlarged her body to help Son Goku lift the lid of the gossip furnace. Then Son Goku rushed down covered in arrogance. The raging flames around him couldn't hurt him at all. Son Goku went straight to the very bottom of the stove. There was indeed a loophole there. He filled the eggshell of the fire-eating bird. And watered it around with star anise honey. That's a complete fix. But just at the moment of filling up, the power of the flame in the 8 diagrams furnace instantly increased a lot. Such a powerful heat. It is worthy of being the legendary gossip furnace. Son Goku smiled slightly. Direct instant transmission leaves the gossip furnace. Hey, Goku, are you alright? At this time, the grown-up Ning didn't know that Son Goku had come out. Just shouted into the gossip furnace. But for a long time, there was no movement, as this guy burned to death inside. HMPH, and Ning, I helped you fix the loophole in the gossip furnace, and you actually want me to die. The figure of Son Goku appeared on the lid of the Bagua furnace. And Ning blushed slightly. I'm afraid that you will die. Seeing Son Goku appearing outside safely, she slowly lowered the lid. Then the whole person slowly began to shrink back to normal size. Phew, I'm exhausted. And Ning wiped the sweat from his forehead. This will be a great effort. She has consumed at least 3 bowls of noodles. It will take a while to make up for. Son Goku looked at the peaceful and delicate face in front of him, and suddenly said in a reproachful tone. And Ning, don't rush to eat noodles. Let me ask you, you are in charge of the underworld and guard the gossip stove, but you don't even know that the stove has been leaking for so long. Do you know how much damage you have brought to the lower realm because of your carelessness? The Ox King of Niubao is set on fire by you every now and then, and your entire property is ruined. Tell me, do you have a good conscience? I'm very familiar with Lord Kai, and Ning, you don't want your dereliction of duty to be known by Lord Kai, do you? After Son Goku finished his hard words, he continued to speak softly. Of course, for the sake of my grandpa Son Gohan, I don't have to tell the reason. But I did you such a big favor, don't you want to make me up for something? And Ning was dumbfounded by Son Goku's combination of words. She blinked her clear and innocent eyes and said, compensation, but I only have noodles here, how about you eat it next? Son Goku shook his head, I won't eat under you. Then what do you say? And Ning felt helpless. She really had nothing else to offer. Like I said, what I am best at is checking for omissions. Also, the noodles I ordered are also delicious. When Son Goku left, Son Gohan sent him with tears. Son Goku also didn't understand why was crying so sad. But how to describe his sadness? Just like Master Roshi on the day Son Goku and Wu Fangfang got married. The one who cried was so distraught and heartbroken. But neither Master Roshi nor Son Gohan has ever understood a truth. Licking a dog will never end well. Of course, Son Goku is not someone who turns his face when he puts on his pants. He did not treat Ning badly, and gave her the only fruit left in his hand. Although she doesn't quite understand what this thing is. But it tastes good as a side dish when cooking noodles. After eating, the breath of tranquility also instantly soared. This fruit was originally intended for God to eat. Therefore, not only did Ning have no side effects after taking it, but the breath of God also increased a lot. Even stronger than the divine breath of the king of the realm. It's just that Ning himself didn't care too much. She just felt how her skin suddenly became fairer and more tender. Farewell to peace, Son Goku instant transmission came to Ox King's castle. Sure enough, the fire was extinguished, and Son Goku informed. If there are no major problems in the future, such strange flames should not appear again for hundreds of years. Ox King nodded in relief. He believed that his own lifespan would not last that long. As for the future, believe in the wisdom of later generations. Chi-Chi was naturally very grateful to Son Goku, and stepped forward to hug him tightly. Goku, why do you smell like instant noodles? Son Goku thought about it, and when he was about to find an excuse for Chi-Chi has already opened his mouth and said with a distressed face. Really Goku, if you want to eat, just tell me, I'll make it for you. Looking at the gentle and virtuous Chi-Chi in front of me, it is almost completely different from the one in the original manga. Sure enough, Chi-Chi was originally a good girl. It's just that life has killed her. Son Goku touched her head and said with a smile. I don't want to eat anything now, I just want to eat you. Woo, Goku. Chi-Chi's face was flushed, and Son Goku actually said such embarrassing words in the public. Ahem. Ox King on the side also showed embarrassment. Although he also told his wife this kind of love story. But, it always feels weird. Son Goku didn't care about these, and after saying goodbye to Ox King. Take Chi-Chi and use instant transmission to the place where Snake Princess is. Shiji, borrow your hot spring to use, and you are guarding the door. Snake Princess. Son Goku directly pulled Chi-Chi inside. The hot springs in the Snake Palace are much more comfortable than those in the lower realm. And the effect is amazing. But the most important thing is that Son Goku can not only wash off the smell of instant noodles with hot spring water. And be honest with Chi-Chi. Speaking of which, Chi-Chi seems to be very active today. Take the upper hand directly. Hearing the indescribable voice inside, the snake girl outside the door was a little speechless. What is this called? I'm sort of a demigod anyway. You asked me to guard the gate for you. It's okay to guard the gate, but you are still enjoying it inside. What do you take me for? Time flies. In about a year, Piccolo would come to Son Goku almost every once in a while. But every time, Son Goku refused with the excuse that he was busy. I have an appointment with Bulma today, and I want to admire her flowers. I have an appointment with Lan Chi today, and I want to appreciate her flowers. I have an appointment with Lan Feng today, and I want to appreciate her flowers. I have an appointment with Violet today, and I want to admire her flowers. Piccolo doesn't understand, how can there be so many flowers to admire? But he was determined to defeat Son Goku. Perseveringly waited until Son Goku finished the flower viewing process of his wives. He came to Son Goku again and made a request for a battle. Son Goku scratched his head and smiled slightly. Sorry, Piccolo, I have an appointment with Bulma to arrange flowers today. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Flower arrangement. Ahem, flower arrangement. A year's hard work was not in vain. Both the mermaid and the snake princess gave birth to children for Son Goku. Son Goku originally thought that the child born with the mermaid would be half human, half fish. In the end, it didn't occur to me whether it was the fruit of the spiritual tree. Not only is this child indistinguishable from ordinary humans, and can sing and dance just from birth, Son Goku looked at the child in front of him and fell silent. This guy, could it be? Son Goku shook his head. This is too outrageous. Don't think about it, but the system's rewards are still pretty good. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully giving birth to an heir. Reward combat power plus 1500000. Reward combat power detection. You can see the value of the current enemy's combat power. 20 fairy beans. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully giving birth to an heir. Reward combat power plus 200000. Reward S cells, 20 fairy beans. So Son Goku's panel also has new changes. Current character attribute panel. Name, Son Goku. Combat power, 7,200,000. Children, 10. Skills, Kamehameha, Tenfold Kaioken, Flying Technique, Peach White Tongue Killing Martial Technique, 4 Body Fist, 4 Demon Fist, Instant Transmission, Giant Transformation, Chi Yuan Slash. Others, a somersaulting cloud that can sit even if it is not pure, S cells excellent combat power detection ability 350 fairy pots. Son Goku's combat power not only reached 7.2 million. More importantly, the S cells have finally been upgraded again. He has a feeling in his heart. This time, I should be able to transform into Super Saiyan. Son Goku cast instant transmission directly to Kaio. Next, before the king of the realm asked him what he was going to do, Sun Wu began to condense the breath in his body. Ah! The whole body's breath boiled up. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind blew up the entire King planet. The grassland on the King Kai star was directly blown up by Son Goku's powerful aura. King Kai, Gurgly, and Babris hid behind the house tremblingly, looking at Son Goku, who was covered in white and golden flames. King Kai was both surprised and angry. Goku, what do you guys want to do again? Are you going to destroy King Realm? But at this time Son Goku couldn't hear at all. He concentrated all his strength on his back. Now there are enough S cells, coupled with his practice of stillness. Let him have an absolute peace of mind. Ha! Son Goku shouted angrily, already showing a hideous look on his face. His breath is still rising. Son Goku's hair is also constantly switching between black and blonde at this time. Just a little bit. Son Goku understands that now he is only one step away from the superhuman form. He tried to control his breath. Feel the burning sensation in the back. That's it. Son Goku's eyes lit up, followed by a loud shout. Boom! The white flames on Son Goku's body completely turned into gold. Even his hair turned golden and stood up. Eyes turned light green. This is Super Saiyan. You. Master Kai, why are you stuttering all of a sudden? Ahem. The king of the realm slowly walked out from the back of the house, looking at Son Goku, who breathed amazingly in front of him. He didn't expect that Goku could transform himself. Is this the legendary Super Saiyan form? Of course, I have heard of Saiyan's legendary king of the realm. It's just too long ago. To be honest, it was also the first time he saw it. Son Goku nodded and smiled. That's right, this looks like Super Saiyan. However, I have only just mastered the transformation method, and I am not very proficient in controlling power. Son Goku let out a long sigh of relief while talking. Then his form returned to normal. Looking at Son Goku's calm appearance from beginning to end, King Kai secretly guessed. Perhaps if you want to transform into Super Saiyan, you must first have a righteous and peaceful heart. In this way, it is not surprising why the Saiyan family has, for so many years, almost no more Super Saiyan. King Kai is still analyzing. Son Goku has put his hand on his forehead. Then, goodbye, Lord Kai. Looking at Son Goku who disappeared in front of him, and Kai Wangxing who was in a mess at this time. Even King Kai's beloved car. Just now, with 10 times the gravity, it was blown away by the air wave from Son Goku's transformation. Hit the house head on. Immediately scrapped again. King Kai remembered what Son Goku said just now. However, I have only just mastered the transformation method, and I am not very proficient in controlling power crystal. Son Goku, he didn't come here on purpose, did he? At this time on Earth, Son Goku came to Bulma's room through instant transmission. He excitedly said to Bulma who just woke up. Bulma, you lie down, I'll show you something nice. Huh, what's the matter, Son Jun? Although Bulma didn't understand, he followed suit. Well, here you go. Son Goku saw Bulma lying flat in front of him, and immediately started fighting. Feel it well, the first is the normal state. Next, Kaioken. Double, twice, 3, 10 times, and then, Super Saiyan. Son Jun. At this time, Bulma couldn't speak well. Facing the constant power of Son Goku, especially the Super Saiyan form, the frequency and speed have directly increased by 50 times. It can only be said that fortunately this Bulma ate the fruit of the spirit tree. Otherwise, I would have fainted. Boom, boom. 2 circular universe cabins pierced the sky, holding long flames, entering Earth from outside the universe. Then it smashed heavily in a bustling city. The original road was smashed into 2 deep craters by the universe cabin. All of a sudden, the traffic in the city was paralyzed. All the cars are stuck here. The people in the vicinity also gathered around curiously to see what it was. Are there really aliens in this world? And why is this universe spaceship so small and round? Strong curiosity makes more and more people gather around. Beep, 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 with the noise all around. The hatches of the 2 spaceships opened slowly. The surrounding people looked more expectantly now. I want to see what will come out of it. Could it be an alien beauty? It would be even better if you don't wear clothes. It's just that if it's the kind with a height of 3 meters, it is difficult to accept the blue-green skin. Look, something's coming out of it. Wow, exclusive news, Bing Bing is here. This may be the historic moment when humans witness aliens for the first time. Don't be in a hurry, post 2 moments first. I saw that it was not someone else who came out of the universe cabin. It's Saiyan in battle suit. Vegeta and Nappa. After the 2 walked out of the hatch, they looked at the noisy crowd in front of them. Looked very impatient. Wow, aliens not only look almost exactly like us, but also have tails. It can't be a monkey. Could it be that the ancestors of human beings were really monkeys? Fart, how can monkeys wear clothes? Especially the short one, who looks so cute, Mom loves it. Not only did the voices of the crowd not restrain themselves. On the contrary, he became more and more unscrupulous. A wicked smile appeared on Nappa's face, facing Vegeta beside him. Vegeta, these weak earthlings are too noisy, can I just kill them? Vegeta snorted coldly, and said indifferently, whatever. However, don't make too much noise, these planets seem to be able to sell for a good price. After speaking, Vegeta floated up slowly. Fly away to the distance. Look, that short guy can fly. Flying monkey. Many people raised their heads to look at Vegeta in the sky. But soon, he was nowhere to be seen. So they had no choice but to put their eyes on Nappa in front of them again. Nappa looked at the crowd in front of him who were arguing like mosquitoes. Directly put 2 fingers together, and then gently pick up. A powerful wave of air erupted from his body. A huge shock wave was formed with Nappa as the circle. Boom! In a blink, a huge shock wave swept across the entire city. The once prosperous metropolis was razed to the ground in just an instant. The death toll is immeasurable. Killing is really a pleasant thing for both body and mind. Nappa licked the corner of his mouth abnormally. Obviously, the blow just now made him even a little bit unsatisfied. Unfortunately, Vegeta said that he can't mess around. Otherwise, with his character, you have to go to other cities to wreak havoc to enjoy it. Nappa flew up slowly after seeing that there was no one left alive. Chased in the direction Vegeta was going away. The gravity here is so light, it's so comfortable. Nappa also has the same sentiment as Raditz just now. HMPH, Nappa, are you aware of that? Seeing Nappa who was chasing after him, Vegeta turned his head and asked. Nappa adjusted the combat power detector on his eyes. Beep, beep, beep. There are several powerful auras rushing over here, Vegeta. HMPH, let's go down and wait for them. Vegeta finished speaking and stopped flying. It found an open place and landed. Soon, several figures descended from the sky. They are Yamcha, Tien Shinhan, Dumpling, Kling and Piccolo. Especially Piccolo has been practicing in the Temple of Heaven recently. So after learning that there was a Saiyan invasion, they came together. Today but I can't wait to find someone to practice with. Son Goku, every time he finds various reasons to decline. I didn't expect to be discovered by you so soon. Vegeta saw the people in front of him. The corners of the mouth are raised, revealing a wicked smile. It seems that you have some special ways to sense our location. Vegeta is indeed a genius Saiyan. The reason why Keelan and others were able to chase here was quickly analyzed. Originally, he wanted to take the initiative to find these people. Now it seems that this is completely unnecessary. Very well, who among you is Kakarot? Faced with Vegeta's question, Yamcha took the initiative to stand up. What Kakarot? The only one standing in front of you is Lord Yamcha. Last time you came to a Saiyan, isn't it enough to be cleaned up by me? Why haven't you been beaten enough? Oh, it looks like you were the one that trash of Raditz met last time. HMPH, that's right, it's my uncle. Nappa glanced at Yamcha with the battle detector, with some doubts in his eyes. Strange, this guy's combat power is only 300 points, so he shouldn't be the guy with 10,000 combat power that Raditz met. Stupid, they obviously control their aura to hide their combat power. There is no way to know their exact strength with instruments alone. Hearing Vegeta's lesson, Pakai put away his contempt. So that's the case, then you guys should hurry up and show your strength, otherwise you will only have a dead end. Seeing this, Yamcha didn't hesitate, and exploded directly. A wave of white air surged out. Beep beep beep. Nappa looked again with the combat power detector. I actually saw the number above showing 15,000. Backquote what? 15,000 points. Unlike Nappa's astonishment, there was an uncontrollable joy on Vegeta's face. Sure enough, the fighting power of the people on Earth is not right. They can actually reach 15,000 points. Then there must be something special on the Earth. In order to breed such a super soldier. It seems that I did nothing wrong this time. However, whether they have the strength of 10,000 combat power still needs to be tested. Hey Nappa, use that. After Nappa listened to the order, he obediently took out a transparent glass bottle from his arms. Poke 5 small holes in the ground with your fingers. Then, 5 seeds were sown neatly. Finally poured a little culture medium. Under the shocked eyes of Keelan and others, I saw that the 5 seeds grew up directly. 5 dark green monsters grew out of the ground. Their eyes are like flayed goblins. The scarlet eyes stared straight at Keelan and the others like 2 light bulbs. It's disgusting, Tianjin sang. Jiaozi hid behind Tien Shinhan. This thing seems to be quite strong. Keelan felt a powerful aura from these cultivators. Zhao Nujiao, at least the combat power will not be less than 10,000. In this case, let's start the foreplay of the battle. The 5 cultivators found their respective opponents. Keelan, Tien Shinhan, Jiaozi and Yamcha dare not be careless. Only Piccolo looked indifferent. Boring trick. This is the first time that a super cultivator has been looked down upon by others. After yelling loudly, he rushed towards Piccolo. In response to this, Piccolo kicked the super cultivator in half with just one kick. Tisk, Rubbish. Quote question mark question mark. Responsibility. Both Vegeta and Nappa were taken aback. Piccolo's fighting power displayed in an instant was as high as hundreds of thousands of points. Just when Piccolo was about to deal with the rest of the super cultivators, Vegeta and Nappa. Suddenly a picture flashed in my mind. That's beyond Namek. There is a huge spaceship approaching slowly in the universe. Inside the spaceship, there was a small, childlike person. He was sitting in the aircraft, with a pure to the extreme evil smile on the corner of his mouth. None other than Frieza, Emperor of the Universe. Had. Piccolo understood instantly. The Namek crisis that the Great Elder once predicted has begun. Without hesitation, Piccolo directly chose to leave here. Vegeta and Nappa didn't stop them either. Their purpose was to find out why the people on Earth became so powerful. As for the Namek people, it's best to go away. Piccolo did not stop, and came to the home of Bulma in the west. Without any explanation, he directly drove away the spaceship of Universe. Now the spaceship that has been improved again by Bulma. Flying back to Namek is not even 3 days away. Now he's going back to Namek at once. On Earth, due to the suppression of Piccolo's fighting power. Although Vegeta and Nappa didn't know what happened. But Piccolo's departure is naturally more beneficial to them. That guy's aura just now was really scary. Nappa secretly heaved a sigh of relief. Fortunately, that guy seems to be just bluffing. Before he started beating, he was so scared that the shit was gone. Then let's continue the game. The remaining 4 super cultivators all found their opponents. Tien Shinhan took the lead and fought with the cultivator. Oh, this guy's combat power is almost 20,000 points. Vegeta looked at the numbers on the combat effectiveness detector, and said with some praise. Tisk, so what, it's not all rubbish. Nappa still had a look of disdain. If he hadn't received special training, maybe he would be scared to death. But right now his combat power is more than 20,000 points. Soon, Tien Shinhan hit with all his strength and directly dealt with a super cultivator. As expected of Tien Shinhan, Keelan on the side said pleasantly. Now that there is a demonstration by Tien Shinhan, he is also ready to deal with the super cultivator in front of him in one go. At this time, Yamcha stood up. Wait, Keelan, let me come this time, my uncle will solve these annoying things in one go. Yamcha looked confident. With a whoosh, Yamcha and the super cultivator in front of him disappeared at the same time. Oh, this guy's fighting power has actually risen to 18,000. Vegeta didn't panic at all, looking at the data changes of the combat detection instrument in front of him. The powerful combat power displayed by Yamcha. The super cultivators who hit him had no chance of fighting back. TCH, sure enough, these guys are nothing special, let's see how I can get rid of you guys quickly. Yamcha sneered, and was about to kill the cultivator in front of him. Watch out, Yamcha, as Kling yelled. Yamcha has been surrounded by the remaining 3 super cultivators. Feel art, Earthlings. There was a wicked smile on the corner of Vegeta's mouth. He naturally knows how to cultivate people. When facing a powerful enemy, will choose to blew himself up and died together. Just when Yamcha was about to recreate the scene of the classic pose, Son Goku uses instant transmission to arrive. The strong breath instantly killed all the remaining cultivators. The super cultivator didn't even have time to blew himself up. Kakarot, looking at Son Goku who suddenly appeared in front of him. Vegeta recognized that this person must be Saiyan who was sent to Earth. Kakarot, unexpectedly, a mere low-level fighter would become so strong. Sorry, I'm late, Son Goku greeted Krillin and others. In fact, he has already arrived. But I also want to see the current strength of Keelan and others. I just saw that Yamcha was about to be blown to death, thinking that the Dragon Ball would be wasted again. He couldn't hold back his shot. Combat power, 10 points. Nappa adjusted the instrument in front of him several times. But you can't see Son Goku's actual combat power at all. Is this thing broken? Facing Nappa, who was a little out of control. Instead, Vegeta silently removed the battle detector. He has seen it. Fight with these people on Earth. Combat detectors will only drag you back. Now that he has shown up, Son Goku naturally has no intention of wasting time. Just kill Nappa and Vegeta so that you can go back to spend time with your wife and children. Seeing Son Goku slowly walking in front of me, Nappa felt unprecedented pressure in his heart. Be Vegeta. Just being scared by Son Goku's breath, Nappa broke into a cold sweat and backed away again and again. He turned and shot Vegeta a distressed look. Nappa, are you going to face our Saiyan? He's just a low-level fighter. Seeing Vegeta getting angry, Nappa knew that he couldn't do it. He is more afraid of Vegeta than Son Goku, who looks very gentle in front of him. Oh, so your combat power is 32,000 points. Son Goku said indifferently. Because of the system's rewards, he can now easily see the enemy's combat effectiveness. Vegeta standing behind Nappa. At this time, the combat power is actually more than 65,000. It seems that Turles is right, because his shot. After reviving Vegeta in a dying state, he must have been stuck with several bugs. That's why the combat power has improved so quickly. Otherwise, according to the strength in the original comics, Vegeta should be no more than 18,000 at this time. Go to hell. Nappa recklessly attacked Son Goku, who was still walking in front of him. His fists are like cannonballs, carrying an astonishing aura. When he was about to hit Son Goku in the head, I saw Son Goku slightly turned his head to avoid it, and said lightly, "You have too many flaws." Then, a very ordinary punch landed on Nappa's chest. Pain spread all over his body in an instant, and Nappa's face began to twist. Immediately after a mouthful of blood spurted out, he fell to his knees. No breath at all. Keelan and the others behind him looked at the scene in front of them. All of them were surprised. Nappa's strength is not weak. The breath is even a little higher than theirs. But, just such an ordinary punch. Just kill Nappa. What is Son Goku's strength now? But I haven't seen how he cultivates recently. Besides having a baby is getting married Bia. This practice talent is too perverted. Also shocked was Vegeta. He originally guessed that Son Goku's combat power was no more than 50,000 at most. But now it seems that I am afraid it is not correct. Could it be that he has become the legendary Super Saiyan? Impossible, impossible, only me, Vegeta, can become Super Saiyan. Seeing that the ordinary fighting form is meaningless, Vegeta directly enlarges the move. From his hand emerged a dazzling white light ball. With Vegeta's right hand slowly raised, the white dazzling ball of light slowly lifted into the sky. Finally, it freezes in midair, like a bright moon. Ha ha ha, now let you see Saiyan's truly powerful history. After Vegeta sneered, his body began to change. Black hair surged all over his body, and his deep eyes turned scarlet. The whole person instantly turned into a ferocious and violent gorilla. And even Vegeta's aura has increased tenfold. The expressions of Keelan and others instantly became ugly. This breath has completely surpassed them. Combat strength test, 650,000. Son Goku looked at the battle figures in front of him. There was a hint of disappointment on his face. Is it the early Vegeta? I don't know how to increase combat power correctly. Son Goku did not stop, and walked up to Vegeta. Then his figure slowly flew up. Came to the great ape Vegeta. How about it, Kakarot? This is the transformation form of Zanya that only an excellent fighter like me can master. Seeing Son Goku looking at him without saying a word, Vegeta looked even more proud. Ha 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 ha, are you scared? Feel the despair. Saiyan's true form is not for low-level fighters like you. Quote. Son Goku smiled slightly, looked at the proud Vegeta in front of him, and said slowly, "It's just a transformation of this level, what's there to be proud of?" After Son Goku finished speaking, a powerful aura began to condense all over his body. Then his eyes changed. The black eyes turned into a deep blue. Even the hair and eyebrows turned golden yellow in an instant. At this time, Son Goku's whole body seemed to be wrapped in flames. Quote. Quote. This is, what? Everyone, including Vegeta, was stunned. It was a form they had never seen before. Great power, perfect breath. Could it be that this is Saiyan's real transformation form? A trace of confusion appeared in Vegeta's eyes. The words of his father King Biba came to mind again. In the Saiyan family, there will only be one legendary Super Saiyan in 1,000 years, Super Saiyan. Compared with Son Goku's Super Saiyan form in front of him, Vegeta's giant ape form is so ugly, it's ashamed. You're just a mere low-level fighter. Vegeta lost his mind and threw his huge fist at Son Goku. Boom. Son Goku didn't move. Vegeta's attack couldn't even break Son Goku's defense. Now, Vegeta is really desperate. Then goodbye, Vegeta, Son Goku said with a flat face. His palm has been aimed at Vegeta to condense a wave of light. Wait, you can't kill me. Vegeta finally struggled and said. If you kill me, there will only be 2 Saiyan left in the universe. Vegeta's words attracted Son Goku's interest. He doesn't really care how much Saiyan has left. You mean there are other living Saiyans besides you, Raditz, Nappa? Vegeta quickly nodded his big head like a chicken pecking rice. Son Goku continued to ask, is the remaining subhuman male or female? It's a female Saiyan. Very good. Son Goku restrained his breath, changed back to his original appearance, and smiled with a harmless look on his face. You succeeded in convincing me. Vegeta's huge ape face was full of bewilderment. How did I convince him? Aside from you Kakarot and me Vegeta, there is indeed a Saiyan alive today. Her name is Celebi. I also only contacted her when I was close to the planet she was on during a mission. You may not know that although we, Saiyan, surrendered to Frieza to work for her, we also have a special contact device between us, in order to be able to leave for 10 days, Frieza's. On this planet I saw Celebi. She told me the truth behind the extinction of Saiyan and the extinction of planet Vegeta. The man behind all of this is Frieza. He enslaves Saiyan to do things for him, but he is afraid of Saiyan, afraid that a legendary Super Saiyan will appear among Saiyan. That's why he chose to kill all the Saiyan clan. He even called it a meteorite impact. Vegeta clenched his fists while talking, his face full of expressions. Kakarot, I know this is hard for you to take. But the one who told all these truths to Celebi was none other than your father, Bardock, who successfully sent you to Earth for refuge at the time of perdition. According to Celebi, when Bardock captured a planet with the ability to predict, the people on this planet passed the ability of prophecy to Bardock after being killed by Bardock. Through the ability of prophecy, he knew that the Black Asians would be killed by Frieza. Exterminate. Although he tried his best to stop him, Frieza killed him in the end. Of course, my father, King Vegeta, died with him. Returning to his normal size, Vegeta told all he knew. Now he feels a little nervous. Kakarot didn't experience Saiyan's troubles at all. I don't even remember my past. So does he have a sense of belonging to Saiyan? Willing to join hands to avenge Frieza is still unknown. Son Goku was a little surprised after hearing Vegeta's words. It seems that because of my time travel, a lot of things are a little different on this Dragon Ball line. But since Turles arrived on Earth ahead of schedule, everything should start to change. Maybe it's the butterfly effect. On this timeline, Bardock knew he was almost certain to die back on planet Vegeta. He chose to hide his companion Celebi, who was willing to die with him. When Celebi woke up, Bardock and planet Vegeta had disappeared into the universe together. Son Goku, no matter, because Celia looks good. I still want to know more about Saiyan. Everyone must go out of the universe and meet this celeb in person. Seeing C nodding in front of him, Sigi finally felt relieved. It seems that at least the current Kakarot is still willing to believe in himself. You should know where the planet Celebi is on. Faced with Son Goku's question, Vegeta didn't dare to neglect, and quickly said. Of course, I have been hiding her planetary coordinates. Saying so, Vegeta controlled his own universe flight pod. From it is easy to call out the location of the only remaining female Saiyan, Han Liba. Okay, then let's go and have a look. Vegeta went to Nappa again, took out the remote control of the universe flight pod from him. Following a burst of operations, Pa's spaceship flew over. Son Goku blinked suspiciously. Vegeta, what are you doing? Go to Celebi. It happens that Nappa is dead, so you can use his flight pod. According to the speed of our Saiyan flight cabin, it is estimated that it will arrive in 2 months. Seeing Vegeta's serious face, Son Goku sighed speechlessly. Vegeta, your flight pod is small and slow, how do you take it out to meet people? Not to mention meeting a beautiful girl like Celebi. Vegeta blushed when Son Goku said. This is the first time his flying pod has been despised. But there is no way. He, Nappa, and Raditz are all purebred Saiyan. Nothing but fighting. Even this universe flight pod was given to them by the Frieza Legion. How could these fools understand this? Son Goku shook his head helplessly, turned around, bid farewell to Keelan and others, and took Vegeta to Xidu's home. Originally, I wanted Vegeta to sit on the remodeled universe spaceship together. It turned out that the spaceship was gone. No way, Sun Jun, it's too unfortunate that you came here. Just now that Piccolo guy said he had something important to rush back to Namek, so he drove the spaceship away. Bulma is also very helpless, Piccolo is a bit too much. This is a spaceship he remodeled, so he must bring a few more children to repay the debt next time we meet. But speaking of it, why didn't I see Sun Wuyuan and Sun Gohan? How strange. Outside the universe, inside the huge spaceship, Piccolo looked at the two children in front of him, Sun Wuyuan and Sun Gohan. 3 people, 6 eyes, you look at me, I look at you, all silent. After a long time, Piccolo finally said slowly, why are you on the spaceship? Sun Wuyuan quickly explained, it's because my younger brother Sun Gohan said that he wants to be a scholar in the future, so I want to know some knowledge about spaceships in the universe, so I brought him here. Piccolo also didn't expect that he walked too hastily at that time. There was no time to check whether there were other people in the universe ship. Bulma, without me, I can't even look after the child. After Piccolo cursed in his heart, he could only let out a long sigh. We are now about 3 days away from reaching Namek. Originally, he planned to control the spaceship to bring Sun Gohan and Sun Wuyuan back to Earth immediately after landing. However, it was discovered that the fuel of the spaceship was not enough at all. Should they be left in Namek for now? The thing is, Piccolo has clearly seen. Today's Namek is about to encounter an unprecedented crisis. Take them with you, I'm afraid you will only encounter danger. What to do? Uncle Piccolo, why don't you look very well, are you sick? The young Sun Gohan stepped forward and said innocently. Sun Gohan is only 5 years old now. 0. But looks very similar to Son Goku. At a young age, he is not only polite and very cute. Usually Piccolo also likes this child very much. It's just that he wasn't happy at all this time. However, Piccolo looked at the 2 brothers Sun Gohan and Sun Wuyuan in front of him. He did remember. Once when I was training Sun Wuyuan, I had no intention of doing it too hard. Sun Gohan, who saw it for the first time, thought he was bullying his brother. Immediately crying and yelling, "Don't bully my brother." Then a powerful force erupted from his body, rushing towards him. Even the Piccolo was knocked out. At that time, the combat power was tens of thousands, at least. Sun Gohan seems to have amazing potential in him. Maybe it's time for the Great Elder to develop it. Can also have the ability to protect themselves on Namek. Piccolo pondered for a moment and made a decision. So far, there is no better way. Hey, you 2 little ones, doing well. In the next 3 days, I will conduct strict special treatment on you. Special training. Sun Gohan and Sun Wuyuan had different reactions to Piccolo's words. But Piccolo is not a nice guy, he doesn't care what the 2 kids think. In short, the upcoming Namek is extremely dangerous. Even he might not be sure of surviving. Instead, try at the last minute. Maybe a miracle will happen. Look, Son Goku, this is how training is taught. With that said, Piccolo took the 2 children to the gravity room. From now on, is the Devil's Piccolo training about to start. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.